Test. Come on in, people. Dynamite J in the building. What's good?
Yeah.
What up? Welcome back to another stream brought to you by dopecontent.com.
Yeah.
This is the return of the Budget Cut Podcast, baby. Yes, sir. Let me get this background music coming on. As you see, we got the homie MT Darkness. I'm saying the Twitter name. MT Darkness in the building. Then we got Showtime 2 Wavy in the building. And then you see a black screen. That black screen, when he comes, if he comes, he said he's coming, will be taken by Get the Tables, Tony from Get the Tables. So
yeah,
we're gonna leave it blank right now. And you know, if he shows up, he shows up. If he don't, we just gonna have a black screen on here, and it is what it is. I'm not making no more overlays, right?
So the man's done for the day.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm tapped out. We are live for the first time on TikTok as well. YouTube, y'all already know what it is. Twitch, you already know what it is, man. I appreciate you guys joining Showtime and Dark, man. Before we get started, how your day going? And go ahead and shout out your platforms, man.
Oh yeah, day's been going real good, real productive, going on a lot of walks and stuff like that. I'm on a vacation, and the reason that I'm on a vacation right now is because I had a friend in Ohio that's not even a wrestling fan, brought up the fact that SummerSlam was going to be in town. And so we made plans. I was like, this is cool. And then he just stopped talking to me about it. So I had a bunch of vacation time already planned out. I was just like, I guess I'm staying home for the weekend to watch this. So, yeah.
Nice.
Staycation was nice. So, yeah. Everybody check out my channel. There's not a lot on it right now. There might be soon. So
it's some throwbacks, though.
It's some good throwbacks. We just talked about that. Some good ones,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's some throwbacks. Make sure you check out my guy Dark Man on Twitter. On do you have TikTok, Dark?
I don't.
Okay, so on Twitter,
I have a personal TikTok that I use, but not a wrestling TikTok.
Wait, bet that's probably the best way to do it. But yeah, on TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube. Make sure you follow my guy Dark. Alice, I ain't seen you in a minute. What's good? Welcome back, Alice. Adam on YouTube. What's good, man? Showtime 2 Wavy is on you.
Everybody, I'm Showtime 2 Wavy, aka the Tsunami Poppy. I have the same socials, the same handle on all socials: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. Variety streamer, but I'm big on wrestling. That's why we're all here. My couple of days have been good. I thoroughly enjoyed SummerSlam. We're gonna get into all that. Shout out dopecontent.com, and let's get into it, man.
Yeah, there it is. Man, and y'all already know, man. Well, TikTok probably don't know, but you follow me on TikTok, if you see this, so you should know a little something. But dope content, man. Other nickname that people call me, K Lou, short for Kevin Lewis. Y'all know what it is. Dopecontent.com has everything on there. We're doing a lot of WNBA stuff. We're doing a lot of we did a couple of UFL stuff this year. UFL was kind of this year. And we just steady adding. Did some Dallas Mavericks content with my boy Guitar Slayer. So we're doing some stuff. Did a high school event yesterday. I just sent that to them since they paid me for it. So I wasn't gonna post anything since they paid me for it. And that's the goal, man. Just to start getting that income from this stuff, man. That's what we're trying to do. And I don't have an announcement, but I ain't gonna say it. We'll talk off stream. We'll talk off stream because I can't throw that out there to the crowd yet.
You're not ready.
Yeah, nah. And I got to make sure. I don't want to disappoint. I don't want to announce something, then it don't happen, then it'd be disappointing. So I don't want to do that. But yeah, man, welcome back, Budget Cut Podcast. Let me ask you, did you guys get to watch SummerSlam?
Yes,
absolutely.
From 1 to 10, what's your grade on SummerSlam? Just off real before we get into the matches and everything.
I give it an 8.
I'm gonna give it a 9 or 9.
9. I don't know, man. Like I think I'm more of a the ending made it. The ending did a lot. The ending added a lot of points to it. But
just the return or
just the return alone, bruh.
the return
And the
alone?
fact that he's
Okay.
new music. And see, we're gonna get into this, but just real
Yeah, so
quick.
I didn't want to go into it. You know what I'm saying? I was waiting.
We gonna get into this, but real quick. The pop that Roman got last night is the pop they've been trying to get that man for years. So it's funny how it all
Forever.
it's funny how it all happened and how it all came down. But that's what they've been trying to get that man for years. So we get into it. But me, I probably say I think I'm more of an 8-2, Dark. I think I'm more of an 8-2. And you
Something
know
that I go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's on you. Go ahead.
I was gonna say something that I realized about this show was that the wrestling itself was not all like fantastic. It wasn't anything crazy.
Right.
But this was a very storyline driven type of show and storyline heavy. Like you were getting the payoffs to a lot of different angles that they had been shooting.
Right.
And I think that's why I liked it so much. Just the stuff that they did with the first match. I won't get too much into it, but there was a lot of payoffs to a lot of things. And now, coming out of this, I'm actually more interested in what's going to be happening within the wrestling this week. What's going to happen on Raw? What's going to happen on SmackDown? So,
Moving forward, right?
And,
yeah, exactly.
And that's kind of what I like too, because it's not like the culmination of everything. It was like a nice love letter to what's going on, but like look at what we have moving forward. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So, I mean, with that said, let's go and get into the first match. It opened up with Rhea Ripley. Oh, I forgot. You know what I forgot? YouTube, you have to put you don't have to, but it helps to put a thumbnail. But
Yeah.
oh well, it is what it is. I'm not changing it right now. It'll change later on. But
You hearing that?
yeah, I'm not changing. It'll change later on. They know we live. They ain't got to see no fancy picture or nothing right now. But Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. How did you predict this match going, and did the predictions go through for you guys?
Yeah, I kind of figured that Rhea wouldn't win the title that quickly. You know, there's more story and there's more anticipation in the chase.
Yeah.
So I was expecting Liv to win, but how she won was, I thought, phenomenal. I thought the ending of that match was great.
Okay, so you love Dom actually turning.
Again, yeah, even into a bigger heel than he already was. I
Right.
The one thing that I didn't like about this match was the Rhea having to pop her arm back into place. I thought that was kind of corny. I thought that was a little cheesy. But other than that, I thought the match was pretty good. And all the stuff with Dom on the outside, I thought was pretty dope too.
So what's the story with that? Is she double jointed or not? Because I've been seeing different stories. It was real. It was fake. She double jointed. Like, what do you guys think with that, or do you have any information on that?
I don't have any. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've been seeing different stuff. Me personally, I'm not the biggest Liv Morgan fan. A lot of people know that. I honestly think she's Zelina Vega with no charisma. So I wasn't really not a Liv Morgan fan. Like her, to me, the story is great. You know what I'm saying? But she's not the one necessarily carrying it for me. She's still just the same crybaby, but now she's just like the tossed around bop. You know what I'm saying? She's this.
Is your problem? Go ahead.
No. What was the question?
I was gonna say, is your problem with her? Because I have a similar. I'm not the biggest Liv Morgan fan either, but my biggest problem is that I can't take a lot of what she's saying seriously. Is that kind of one of your problems?
That's one of the problems, but also I understand that WWE is very personality and gimmick heavy, so I understand. But with her personality and gimmick, it seems very shallow. On top of there being no payoff with the in-ring capabilities. So when I look at Liv Morgan, I'm like, why her? Because she just looks like the girl next door, you know? Because perfect example. Every time she takes a picture, every time she makes an appearance, it's Liv Morgan breaking the internet, and I'm just like, y'all clearly have never seen a woman before. She's just standing there. Like, it's nothing special. And I hate to sound like that because obviously as a person and as a talent, she puts in a lot of work and I don't want to, tarnish that. But just looking at it from a wrestler, professional wrestling fan standpoint, I'm like, that's cool. But the match itself, the match itself, I think it did what it was supposed to do. As far as predictions, I felt like it was way too early to give Rhea the title back. Dom was going to be a factor, but I think they executed it very well. Like, that was the theme of the night for me. It's like a lot of predictable outcomes, but they executed it very well.
Yeah.
So shout out to Dom for really like driving the point home of betraying Rhea. And if I was him, I'm not showing up to Raw because it's gonna be hell to pay, but it was a really good outcome. And that shot of them kissing on the ramp, that's perfect. So.
Yeah.
That was crazy after he just got married too. That was wild.
Yeah, I was just about to say there was a lot of tongue going on.
Yeah.
Lord.
Like, wait a minute. Now,
I was seeing that from a different angle, and I was like, Liv was going in. I was like,
Yeah,
like,
either Dom's wife is super cool, or she with that freaky, that 6'9" guy. I'm just trying to. Yeah, I'm saying. There was a lot of tongue going on, and I'm just, I don't know how she feel about that. But hey, it is what it is.
Hope she cool with it, man.
I'm more of a Liv fan than y'all, from what I can hear. I'm not like one of those Liv fans that be on the internet. Liv need to do this, Liv need to do that. Nah, I appreciate that she puts, effort into her stuff, and she's always put effort into it. Like, I've never seen Liv half-ass anything, any BS that they gave her back in the day and now. So
yeah,
I appreciate her for that, and she does get better. She's not like the Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. She's not Athena, those type of wrestlers, but she is getting better. She gets better as time go on, and I've seen improvement. So for that alone, I appreciate her, and I give her a chance, but
absolutely.
And I think she killed this. I think she killed this role, and she's killing this role right now. I like her promo Monday that she did. It was kind of like woman scorn. She was kind of crazy. The voice was annoying to me. The voice was annoying, but overall, I like the promo. That was, I like what she's been doing. Internet going crazy because she wore some short shorts 2 weeks ago. She's been wearing that. What's the difference?
Right.
Stop being a horn bag. She's been wearing that. Like, I can't really go off because we on TikTok tonight and TikTok will. But
yeah, like, come on.
Yeah, just come on, man. Y'all gotta grow up. Y'all are too doggone horny on Twitter. It's ridiculous. Some of the stuff I see is crazy. Showtime. Oh, they gonna get the table. I'm about to say Showtime disappeared. Nah, but Get the Tables is.
Oh, I'm split between two screens right now.
Yeah, like, hold on, man. Now I gotta hold on, y'all. Get the Tables is in the building. There's hand claps to him. But Dark and he done threw Dark and Showtime. And look, I'm on the opposite side of the screen too, so now I gotta fix this. See what you did, Tony? You see what you did? You see what you did?
Breaking the stream.
Breaking the
internet.
Yeah, he got the Shawn Michaels. He got the Shawn Michaels thing going. Hold on, let's get us back right in these boxes. Discord decided to just throw us all.
Can y'all hear me? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
Hey.
Look, Tony came in and threw everybody. He kicked everybody out. He said, "I'm a tribal chief, damn it."
I know. I'm late. I'm late to the party. My apologies.
Let's get you right up in this box here. But how your day going, man?
It's going good. Like, not too bad. You? How about yourself?
Man, we busy over here, but you know how we do. We getting it together. It's glad to be back with the wrestling community. And
rocking that CM Punk sweater, that brand new CM Punk sweater.
Of course.
There you go.
You know what I noticed?
Of course. It's hot here 90% of the year, so I gotta have reasons to wear it every now and then. So
I was trying to figure out why you wearing the sweater. It's pretty hot right now in Texas.
Yeah, it's not.
Are y'all in triple
not
digits?
cold by any means.
Y'all in triple digits?
What is it? It's 98 right now for me.
Oh, that's too close. It's too hot for my blood.
Yeah. And it's the sun is going down and it's still 98 degrees. So
true.
Yeah,
it's 91 right now over here.
Gonna bring that melanin out though, make you look nice.
I don't need no more. Jay Cross in the building. Appreciate you joining. We just getting everybody back right. Discord.
Yeah, it's totally
Discord
Screwed
threw
things up.
everybody out. So, and we're live on TikTok as well. So we're getting TikTok right as well. Where's Showtime just disappeared? Let me add Showtime. He just
I was like, y'all just chilling
disappeared.
chilling in my black box, man. You just chilling on my black box.
Like, he disappeared altogether. Like, what the hell? Let me add another source for him. But Tony, from Get the Tables, go ahead and promote your social media before we ask you about, your thoughts on the first match, because we're talking about the first match right now.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, we'll Get the Tables. We're live a lot during the week. We're live Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. So if you want to hang out, watch wrestling with somebody, we're on here on Twitch for Monday Night Raws for that 3 hours, and then of course Dynamite and then SmackDown. So
there it is.
Pay-per-views or PLEs, whatever you want to call them, as well. So if you want to join us, come hang out.
So what are your thoughts on the Liv Morgan Rhea Ripley match last night?
I mean, I didn't mind the match. I know a lot of people are really critical of Liv Morgan. There's a lot of
it's two of them here.
Don't like her inside or outside the ring. I thought she had an okay match. I think it was more obviously about what was going on outside the ring with Dom and what he was going to do. I think we kind of had a feeling he was going to turn on Rhea, which he did, and joined Liv Morgan. So
it was a little too.
I think it was a bit of a predictable match. You were just waiting for something for Dom to cause and stir some shit up, which he did at the end. But yeah, I thought it was an okay match.
So with
glad to see Rhea back, because man, Raw without her sucks.
So with that being said, is it too predictable? It's a little bit too predictable that was a little bit too predictable for me, that match. Like I predicted that it was gonna be a twist. I said Finn Balor was gonna be the one that turns, which he still ended up turning. But for some reason, I felt like if you wanted to really like switch it up on the crowd, instead of having Finn turn on Priest, you would have had him turn on Rhea, because I mean Liv is the one that helped them get the tag titles a couple of weeks ago, and they were the ones that were easing up to Liv, versus Dom, who kept pretending like we knew Dom was gonna turn, but I feel like you could have did that a later day. You could have had Finn put the shot factor in there, Finn and JD. That's just me, but either way, it was cool. But any thoughts on that? How you feel? Was it too predictable, or was it just good for you?
I didn't think it was too. I mean, it was predictable. I think it took away from the match as well. Mm-hmm. Of course, everyone was dying to see Rhea get her hands on Liv after, she took her out, and then she's trying to steal her man, so on. Yeah. So it was good. There was heat behind that. So, but other than that, I think everyone was just waiting to see when Dom was turning.
Yeah.
And what he was gonna do.
And I thought that it was. I didn't have too much of a problem with it because of how it was executed. Mm-hmm. I thought that was done well. I thought the commentary did a good job selling after the fact, and I thought that what was it? Oh, Rhea was my high point of that angle, because her facial impressions, she looked pissed. She looked incredibly heartbroken. Like everything at the say, she was hiding. There was so much emotion in her face, and I thought that sold it for me. Really, that was probably the thing that put that over the moon for me. I really like that a lot.
Did it look like she was laughing at one point, like smiling?
Kinda, but I feel like that's just how dramatic her look is, especially because like the makeup and everything. Like you see like those little details when she's changing up her facial expression. But yeah, I think that's it, because it does look like she smirked a little bit and then kind of snapped. So
okay, so overall, what grade you get that match?
I mean, if we're getting a C, I'll give it a C. C plus. The match, the stuff afterwards, an A, of course.
So just the match in general, you got it a mid.
Yeah, mid. Yeah.
So like bell to bell, pretty much. Bell to bell, I give it a C plus.
I give it a B minus. I thought that it was pretty solid. I thought that of all the matches that I watched that night, I thought that it was one of the higher matches that I would put at least in rankings for me. So I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay. Jay Cross in the building. Appreciate you joining. He said it's my fault that Tony is late playing video games. Oh, Jay Cross snitching.
He hit him up right now. He's like, "How dare you?"
Yeah, Jay Cross snitching on my guy here. So it is what it is, man. We are here. I think we're all on the screen again. It looks like we're all on the screen. We're on the TikTok screen and the Twitch screen and YouTube. Stalking you in the building. Good to see you. I'm trying to catch up with comments before we keep it moving. So I give it a B. Match to match. It was slow, but that's, Rhea's first match back. A Liv Morgan match. That's is kind of what I expected it to be. So I give it a B on that. We was talking about the kiss. Get the tables, Tony. We was talking about the tongue action. Did you see the other angle of that kiss that wasn't on the?
Yes, I did. Well, yeah, I saw old. I think that's been taken over Twitter. It's all over Twitter.
Yeah, yeah.
Talking about the kiss and the tongue action and all that.
Yeah. So what you think? How you think the wife feeling? You think she's down with that, or you think
I don't know how she would be down for that. Yeah, for real. And Dom seems to really enjoy it too. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, Dom is like really rubbing it in right now. So I don't know. I don't know how that. Whatever. Dom, he ain't dead, so I guess he good. Let's just say that.
But he's living his best life, man.
Yeah, lucky Dom bastard. But moving on, we got. I don't know if this is in order because the website is kind of messing
sorry
up.
about that.
Yeah, the website is not in order, I guess, from WWE.com. But let's go to the next match they have on here. We have Braun Strowman taking on Sami Zayn for the IC title, and we have a new champion, ladies and gentlemen. Braun. Did I say Braun Strowman?
Yeah.
God, I'm rusty.
All good. We got your back.
Braun Breaker taking on, Sami Zayn. I have my reasons why Sami lost, but I'm gonna get your thoughts first. And we have a new champion. I'm with it. I like Braun. Braun has been killing it. Overall, the match, I don't think it was better than the Money in the Bank match, but overall, the match was, it was good. It was still a good match. I enjoyed it. What's your thoughts on that match? Dark is on you.
I thought this match was. Let me think. I would say that this match was probably like the best match that I saw last night. I think, in my opinion.
You said it
bell
is?
to bell, just bell to bell in terms of just straight like wrestling. I thought that I liked this match like a lot.
Okay.
And yeah, it was I like this better than the Money in the Bank match because of the result too. I kind of thought that he should have got it in London, or were they in Canada? They were in Canada. I thought he should have got it in Canada.
Nah.
But I mean, at the same time, it's it's Canada.
Right.
Sammy's not losing in Canada, so I'm glad he got his moment here. And he put over Sammy after too, like before the press conference started or something like that at the panel. He was like giving him his flowers like heavy, and like this guy is just gonna. I'm seeing like a monumental run with this title, similar to Gunther. So.
Okay. Oh, similar to Gunther.
Not in terms of length, but I think like the matches he's gonna have with this title are gonna be insane. Yeah.
Well, they gonna run him and Dragunov at least 50 more times.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But go ahead, Showtime is on you. What you think about that match?
So I was at a watch party last night when it went on, and I went to go grab my food from the bar, and it was over, so I had to watch it today. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was one of those people who wanted him to win. I wanted Braun Breaker to win in Canada, and when he didn't, I was like, are they really gonna miss an opportunity to put the strap to him like while he's white hot? To me, as far as like the mid card goes, so I was a little skeptical. So when it happened this time around, I was super excited. I popped. I thought they did pretty good with the amount of time that they used, because when you tell somebody, "Oh, Sami Zayn lost in 9 to 10 minutes," if you're not watching it, you think squash. But if you watched it, they went straight to every spot, and it was a nice, seamless transition from spot to spot. And I feel like they corrected a wrong in that first match. But now looking back at it in hindsight, it's not really a wrong. It's like they gave Braun a nice look in Canada in front of a major crowd on a big pay-per-view. It got the reception that they wanted. They said, okay, cool. That was like, we got to green light it and make sure that he wins this time around. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. The right result, right time. You know what I'm saying? It was good.
Wow, there it is. What's your thoughts, Tony?
Yeah, I'm the same. I believe it was Braun Breaker's time. The match was pretty solid. I have no complaints. Like everyone said, like Showtime was just saying how short the match was. I don't think it reflect on the match at all. I think it was still a competitive match. Sammy took control most of it as well. It's just Braun Breaker's moment. It's his time. I mean, what an achievement for Braun if you really think about it. What comes behind that championship? Sammy beat the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. So I mean, and then he wins it against Sammy at SummerSlam against that huge crowd. It's a huge moment. That's actually really showing you how high Triple H thinks of him as a wrestler and his talent overall. So that's a huge moment if you're really thinking about it for Braun Breaker. Now, what happens after this, we'll just have to wait and see. But I think everything that has been leading up to Sammy finally dropping the title to Braun, and then actually the match itself was really, really good.
Okay, so we got 3 good reviews now. My opinion, like I said, very good match. It wasn't as strong as the Money in the Bank match in Canada, but overall, very good match. I'm happy that Braun won. I think the reason Sammy lost is because they're setting up the Bloodline versus Bloodline War Games, and I think it's gonna be OG Usos. That's why you didn't see Jay last night. It's gonna be old school Usos, Roman and Sammy versus the new Bloodline. In my opinion, that's how I'm feeling right now. That could change by next week. We'll see, but right now that's how I'm feeling.
I hope so.
So
I hope so.
So, but Jacob Fatu kind of injured himself last night. So
I'm saying
that hurt my feelings seeing that, man. I felt pain for him because I'm like,
do they know how long he's gonna be out for?
I haven't heard anything.
Okay. They didn't say anything yet.
He was in a boot. He was walking around, but he was in a boot, and I was nervous.
Yeah, but just seeing his reaction to it, I was just like, dang.
You could tell he was legitimately hurt. Because he went like over the top with his reaction. That's like, no, he's actually hurt.
And he was pissed.
Yeah, well, I was assuming he was supposed to figure into that finish. Like, I think that him and Roman were supposed to. I don't know what was gonna happen with him and Roman, but I think that it was supposed to be like a 2-on-1 assault on Cody when Roman came down to the ring. So
I honestly thought when it happened that was like the way to write him off from the rest of that segment, because I'm like, Jacob Fatu, the way he's built right now, like he's an unstoppable force damn near. So if he was to hurt himself while doing that spot, now he can't interfere with the rest of Roman coming out and doing his thing. And to be honest, I didn't really want to see Roman and Fatu interact physically just yet too early. That's a money moment right there. So I mean, silver lining, he gets to wait out a little bit, but you hate when that happens to anybody, especially in the position that he's in. He's got the world in his hands, so it would suck for him to be out for an extended period of time. They just won the tag titles, so it's a lot. Yeah,
man. So, but getting back to Sam, Big Willie in the building, man. Make sure y'all follow my guy. Another dope stream on here, man. Yeah. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you follow Get the Tables. Make sure you follow Showtime 2 Wavy. Make sure you follow MT Darkness. Dark, are you live now?
I did not go live.
Oh,
I was looking for you. I'm like, did Dark go live? Did you plan on going live, or you just kind of?
I think I'm just chilling today.
Oh man! All right, well, we just shout out to Dark anyway. Make sure you go live. Come on, we got to get Dark back, man. We trying to get Dark back on the stream thing, man. I'm coming back slowly. Let's get Dark back on here, man. So, overall though, the IC title match, good win. My only thing is, I don't want to see. I love that they're gonna have him and Dragunov most likely, but I don't want to see it over and over again, especially off bat when you know that Dragunov is most likely gonna lose again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my only thing. So if you had some opponents, thank you for the sub on YouTube, Garvin. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. So if you're gonna have a list of opponents for Braun right now, who's on that list? Name me 3 to 5 people on that list right now.
I can go.
Go ahead.
Jey Uso. Bronson Reed. And I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind seeing like a Pete Dunne or Sheamus, man. I wouldn't mind one of those.
We're gonna get into Pete Dunne But okay, I'm trying to figure out how to navigate that Pete Dunne conversation.
What did I do? I feel like I did something.
Nah, you didn't do nothing at all. But you brought up something that I forgot about, and Pete Dunne has turned heel. He cut a promo. We'll do that later because we're gonna talk about NXT. I'm not gonna jump the gun on Pete Dunne. Tony, you got 3 to 5 people, or Dark 3 to 5 people.
Let Dark go.
I can only think of, I guess I can think of like 2. I would want to see him go against Rey Mysterio. I think that would be a really, really good match. Okay. Braun tends to do good with like smaller people. And Ludwig Kaiser, I think those two would have like a really, really good, maybe they have had a match, I'm not sure, but I think the two of them would like really force it.
Is he hurt?
I know.
Yeah, he was hurt. Yeah, he got hurt.
Okay.
He's supposed to return tomorrow night though.
Oh, so. Well, they're perfect. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, Kaiser's a good one because Kaiser got hurt against Braun, so that kind of just writes itself.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right.
Rey would be fun. I didn't really think about Rey Mysterio, but yeah, him with the rookie and him being small, Braun can really. I think that would be a fun one. Bronson Reed would be good. That would be a fun one as well. I'm okay with Sheamus too. I think that would be fun too. That would be a hard hitting physical match right there.
That would be actually. That's kind of what they've been building up, like in the background a little bit.
So they already got like a little 3-way thing kind of going with Braun and Sheamus. So those two are automatically, like I said, Dragunov is automatically on the list. So that's 3 right there.
I feel like Sheamus and Braun is gonna be like a big 4 pay-per-view type of match.
Yeah, maybe Berlin.
They could definitely build that. They can build that.
Yeah.
I want to throw a monkey wrench in this. Let's get this guy hot again if we can. Put Karrion Kross in the mix.
My man Karrion Kross.
Put Karrion Kross in the mix, man. I'm tired of watching him beat up the New Day. That's beating the New Day don't mean nothing no more. It means absolutely nothing no more. Like I'm happy that they're finally starting to use the Final Testament, and trying to make them feel important. You're using them consistently, but you're beating up Kofi and Woods, and then when Kofi is gone, you're beating up Woods and Tozawa. Like, they're not going nowhere like that. A win versus the New Day now versus compared to what it was 5 years ago is not the same. It's like, come on, man. Do something else. I just got to follow on Twitch. Appreciate the follow on Twitch. So yeah, let's go ahead and elevate Kross a little more, and then give him a chance to either kill it or fail. That's all I'm asking with Kross. Give him a legit chance to either kill it or fail. Because when you gave him a chance in NXT, he was killing it, and he wasn't even that great of a wrestler. And that was exposed when he was in that match with Adam Cole and Gargano. Who else was in that match? Y'all remember that match in the COVID days? I think it was Kyle O'Reilly.
The 5-win?
Yeah. I know Adam Cole was in it. Gargano was in it. Kyle.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even remember.
Maybe Finn. Maybe Finn was the last person because Finn was still there too.
Maybe that sounds right.
Because it was definitely like 3 or 4 smaller guys.
Right. And they all clowned him on the mic, and then they carried him basically in that in that match. So, but overall, the guy still has a good look to him. I don't like the fact they changed his entrance. I loved his old entrance. I would prefer to bring that back. But he has a good look to him. He's been cutting nice promos. I'm not gonna say like just top of the line promos, but they've been good promos with the BS storyline that they giving him. Give him a chance to move up. AOP shouldn't be mid-card. What you bring them back for?
Damn right. Man, let them boys go. I'm not even going to talk about the tag team division right now, but they got to let them go. And what I do appreciate about Kross is that the crowd is finally starting to, like, no pun intended, acknowledge him and just respect the promo game. Like, he's getting some sort of reaction, whereas before, it wasn't really giving him the mic time to even have a chance to get a reaction.
Right.
Because if you love professional wrestling, either a good reaction or a bad reaction is good, like, period. The reaction is what you want. He's finally getting that. So it is time to elevate him. You're not wrong.
Yeah, so those are the guys I could think of off top. I mean, and then again, I would say Pete Dunne, but I feel like they're about to do more with Pete Dunne on NXT than what they're about to do on the main roster. So I'd rather just see Pete Dunne and Trick Williams go at it in NXT because that looks like that's about to be the next thing going. So, but other than that, I would throw Pete Dunne in there as well. Moving on. Anything else on the IC title before we move on?
No, I'm good.
Nah.
I'm good. Oh, wait. I got one. I
Uh-huh.
got one. John Cena.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
John
I guess
Cena.
you can't rule it out.
yeah, 2025.
2025 and the potential to make him a Grand Slam champion. So it's like
Has he
it's
never
there.
won an IC title?
No.
Oh wow, yeah, he
Nope.
hasn't.
That's
No.
the one championship that's eluded him, kind of like Sheamus. So
Ooh.
it's there. Saying maybe.
Yeah.
I'm good. I had to get that off.
Definitely
And
a
actually,
possibility.
that might happen. Actually, now that
Yeah,
you mentioned, I feel like
That
that,
might
has
be
a high
WrestleMania.
probability of happening. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
definitely could happen. Yeah, definitely could see it.
Okay, well, y'all bookmark this. Showtime 2 Wavy. He sees John Cena and Braun in the future. IC title. I'm just saying, if it happens, I'm gonna pull this clip.
Yeah.
There you go.
But let's keep it moving. U.S. title match. We got LA Knight taking out Logan Paul. Finally, baby. Finally getting him out of here in his hometown. Get him out of here. Get him out. But Logan is so good in the freaking ring. I hate that he's that good in the ring because I don't know, man. Logan Paul, man. Push play the DJ in the building. Appreciate you joining, bro. Once again, shout out to everybody on TikTok that's coming in and out. I don't even know who's on here. YouTube and Twitch. We are live for the first time on TikTok as well.
Ooh.
Push play the DJ, Big Willie. We got Get the Tables. We got Showtime 2 Wavy. We got MT Darkness and I Am Dope Content, man. So we are here. Big William said, so glad to be done with Hulk Hogan Paul. Bro. Wow. Yeah. Don't even get me
Crazy.
started on Hulk.
That was crazy.
Yeah, but new US champion, LA Knight is the guy. Yeah. Big reaction. He got to do it in a stadium event. What's your guys' thought on the match?
Wavy, I'll let you go first.
So I thoroughly enjoyed the match. LA Knight, everybody's they called him like the flash in the pan, flavor of the month. And honestly, I don't really blame him for the weird momentum shift that he was having coming into this matchup and rivalry. I think they threw him into the mix with Roman way too soon, just for no payoff, and it was crazy. And like you said, he's finally getting that payoff at a Big Four pay-per-view, stadium crowd. And I think he did what he was supposed to do. The ending was a little wonky to me, but they started off hot, attacking each other before the bell even rung. That like inverted TKO thing he did on the announcement table was sick.
Ouch. Yeah.
But yeah, it was, to me, bell to bell, I think he did a damn good job. And like you said, Logan is so talented in that ring, man. It's like, love him or hate him, you can't help but respect his athleticism and him being a student of the game. So I think both of those gentlemen did what they came to do. And it is time for a new actual fighting champion on SmackDown, man. Give them guys something to fight for, because Logan not being there made the mid card super dry.
I'm with it. Dark is on you.
The match was good. I was telling Dope beforehand that I was a little in and out of the match because I just got back home and was trying to watch SummerSlam. It was a terrible idea. I was tired as hell. But I was seeing clips throughout the day, and just Logan Paul is crazy. That I don't even know what to call it. It was just like a front facing that turned into like a backwards like fucking moonsault. Like, I was like, man, I was like, that was insane. And I'm glad. I'm like you, Wavy. I'm just glad that LA Knight finally got his moment in a stadium to hold that belt. And we definitely needed somebody. You have the two mid-card titles. You have the Intercontinental Championship, and you have the U.S. belt. And they've done a great job with Gunther's reign rehabilitating the Intercontinental title and putting a lot of prestige into it. Now when people hold that, like, that means something now. And I feel like with Logan holding the title, we didn't have that chance because it was just gone so much. So I think LA Knight, like, for his first title, I think he can really do something with this. He's going to make this title special again. And I'm ready for the U.S. run for him. That's gonna be sick. So,
all right, get the tables. What you got?
Yeah, I think I'm on the same boat as all of them. It was a good match. As much as you may hate Logan Paul, damn, he's good, man.
Yeah,
that moonsault off the top rope, outside the ring, and this the stuff he does in general. It's crazy to think that he hasn't even had 10 matches yet, if I'm not mistaken, in WWE. Granted, he's not hardly ever there as well, but it's pretty crazy how good he is and how serious he takes the wrestling in general. LA Knight, same thing. I think he kind of lost momentum, obviously, when he lost to Roman for the world title, because that was really peak LA Knight right there. But like Showtime said, man, SmackDown has been a drag very much lately, with the lack of mid-card talent getting on air, lack of the U.S. title, even like title defenses in general. SmackDown just been lacking it as of late. So it's good to see someone that LA Knight is always pretty much on the show every week, and we'll get to see that U.S. title a lot more, other than I think he defended it twice in almost a year, which is wild. But yeah, good match. Definitely up there for one of the best matches of the night. And I think the right man won. Absolutely.
Yep. Shout out to Rob in the building. He's only 40 minutes late, and the only reason he's only 40 minutes late is because we started 30 minutes late. So, Rob would have been his typical hour and a half late. But shout out to Rob. YouTube, we got the Best for Business DFW in the building, man. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you follow them. They killing it out here doing the DFW sports as well, man. Out here killing it. And I believe they just did an interview with Sean Merriman. Is it Merriman? Sean Merriman, former Chargers. I always say his name wrong. I get him and Sean Marion confused when I say their name.
That's rough.
But Mr. Lights Out himself, man. So that's dope to get him on stream, man. He said finally Gunther is champion. We about to get into that next. But U.S. title, yes, Rob, that's Tony. That's Dark. They're on the screen. What? Come on now. Tony's always on screen. He's always live. So why you acting shocked? He trying to call him a Saints fan, low key, earlier I saw.
Don't get me started.
Oh yeah, you are a Bucks fan. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, that's a rival right there. But
about to get messy in here.
Yeah. U.S. title. I'm glad LA won. I'm glad he got to do it in the stadium. A big 4 pay-per-view. I felt like he's put in his time. He deserved to get that moment. So it was happy to see. Like I said, man, Logan Paul, I don't really care for the guy personally. But I respect what he can do in the ring. The guy's he's a hell of an athlete, man. He's a natural. Like, this guy can do anything, man. Like, and he's not scared to do anything or try anything. So, shout out to Logan Paul, man. I don't always agree with everything he do, but that's just life. You ain't gonna agree with everybody all the time. So it is what it is on that. I don't hate him or nothing like that. I just don't agree with everything that he be putting out there, him and his brothers. So shout out to Logan Paul for, doing what he's doing. I don't know if he's gonna take a break. I don't know what's next for him as far as like WWE and all that stuff, but we'll see, I guess. I don't know if he's trying to box.
Hiatus.
Yeah, but when he comes back, what are you gonna have for him?
Right.
So, but moving forward, now we need to name 3 to 5 opponents for LA Knight from the SmackDown roster. Who you got?
SmackDown.
B+ match, by the way. My bad. I forgot to throw that out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, B+. Yeah.
B+ sounds good.
Yeah. Rob, I like that one. I like both of them, Rob, actually. Santos and Melo.
Yeah.
I like that one.
All for us. Thanks, Rob.
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you.
it.
Rob is throwing his good ones out there. We ain't got to say nothing. Let's let Rob do it in the chat. Who else you got, Rob? You got one more? He said he quiet now. It's probably the only names he know on the damn roster. He say, sit back, I got this. Nah, but I like Santos, Escobar. I think Escobar needs his time. Adam on YouTube said Corbin. They ain't doing nothing with Corbin right now. I wish Corbin would go back to NXT. Why would you bring this man up, break the Wolf Dogs up, which was hidden, and then you put Corbin right back in the tag team with Apollo of all people? Like, I'm glad to see Apollo back on TV, but come on now. I know Push is an Apollo guy, and it's good to see the man on TV again, but stop. you know,
It's
style.
not enough.
Yeah,
It's
like
not.
anyway. But I'm with all of those. He said, "Oh my boy, Omar's about to get." Never mind, I ain't gonna say that.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
think
think
Andrade.
Santos and Melo would be fun. Santos has been just, I don't know what the hell they're doing with that man. He's been hot and cold like the last couple of months. They push him, they stop it. You just don't know what they're doing with him. He's super talented, man. He killed it in NXT. Just let that man cook. Melo and LA Knight would be fun. The back and forth on the mic would be so good. And then obviously the match itself. Yeah, I think that's good. Andrade too. Baron would be fun. I mean, shoot. I mean, they have a lot of talented wrestlers on SmackDown that they could put in a feud with him. But I think Melo Santos would be your best bet.
I don't know where Nakamura is.
Nah, I don't know what the hell. Yeah.
You only see
Yeah.
him in when they go to Japan, bro. Like, we're gonna get into Triple H booking. We're just covering, you know, SummerSlam first. But I like who you got, Tony. I like who you said. I like who he said. One of the Tonga boys. Get out of here, Adam,
Yeah,
on
so
YouTube.
he'll lose.
Yeah,
Then LA Knight would lose.
Tama can't even find the turnbuckle to throw Cody in.
No, not Tama. That's
not Tama. Tongaloa. I'm sorry.
Tongaloa.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, don't confuse. Don't put
my bad, my bad,
freaking
Tama. I don't
Tama.
want to throw you out
Hey.
there like that. But Tongaloa, you can't. He don't know how to low blow. He can't get from under the ring in time. He can't get to the ring in time from the crowd.
Y'all
I've been
breaking my
watching-
heart, man.
I've been
man.
watching New Japan for a minute. I could not, for the life of me, figure out why WWE fans were happy that Tongaloa chose to be in this group too. I was like, and there were clips going around of his last like few months in New Japan. I'm like, you guys. I was like, this. He's not just gonna get better. I was like, man. Like
He was
this, he's
trolling.
coaching.
The Performance Center, Dark. The Performance Center is supposed to make him better.
God, send him down there for 10 years, then bring him back. Yeah.
God, dog.
Well, my man, dirty.
Oh man.
Jeez.
Get
Damn.
Triple H and get that crate back. Shit, that FCW crate right? Yeah.
Oh man.
We're gonna send him in a
man.
time machine back to FCW.
Man, look.
Oh man.
But
Do
Santos.
Camacho the right way.
Yeah. Oh. God, I forgot about Camacho. Santos, Vince is man. We never go there. Vince has done some wild stuff. Santos, Carmelo is already pretty much locked in for that because they've been going at it already, and they've had some good matches. Andrade and Carmelo Hayes been going at it, so. Andrade is gonna be thrown in the mix too, which is good, man. Because just giving him the speed championship ain't enough. You know
Is
what
that
I'm
even
saying?
canon to the main roster? Like
They don't even talk
They-
about it. They don't bring it up. He
Nah,
don't
it's just
come
a
out
Twitter
with
title.
it. Yeah, this.
the Twitter title. Okay, it's a 2K WWE 2K title.
I'm old
Yeah.
school. If you got a title, no matter where you got it from, you should be able to come out with it no matter what.
Right. Point blank. Period.
Just so, but the
Yeah.
fact,
Yeah.
I stopped taking that title seriously when Ricochet won the belt, and then the
Hey.
next day.
Hey.
No, listen, I'm not done. So when Ricochet won the belt, and then the next day he was on Raw getting destroyed.
Oh.
This was
Killed.
before they even wrote him off. He just got annihilated by Braun Breaker the first time, and that was after he became a champion. I'm like, man. I was like, what is this? What are we doing with this title?
my mind Lizard in the building. Shout out to Lizard, man. Appreciate you joining.
Hey,
And we
what's
got
up?
some throwbacks I ain't seen in the chat in a minute coming back for this. I appreciate y'all. I guess y'all missed the Budget Cut podcast. I feel special now, I guess a little bit. I don't know. Not special. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dark, you kind of agree with the list that we kind of went through already, or you got somebody else that's in mind that we ain't noticed? Rob said
Nobody that I
DIY
can-
members.
I was gonna say nobody that I can think of that's not in a tag team, because a lot of the names that I would choose are already in a tag team. Like I would want like a match with Austin Theory. I would want a match with Johnny or Tommaso, but I don't think that's in the cards right now. They really need those tag teams. They don't have a lot of options when it comes to the tag team. So
Do they really need tag teams if they ain't using them right now? Especially now when, well, we're about to see what happens with Jacob Fatu and them, but
Oh no, they're gonna have to give the belt to Tonga Loa.
Yeah,
Oh,
G.O.D. Yeah. Put some respect on them boys' names, man.
Oh,
Put some respect on them boys' names.
Oh man.
Don't do that, man. Just drop them back to a legit tag team like it's supposed to be.
Man. We live in a world where G.O.D. is not a legit tag. That's pain.
Well,
They were.
I'm about to say, is he wrestling though? Is he legit injured? Because I thought he couldn't wrestle right now.
Who Fatu or Loa?
Tonga.
I don't know if he's legit hurt. I think because of everything that went down and the amount of momentum that they have with the trolling and everybody actually seeing the low blow and coming from under the ring, I think they decided to like lean into it and make him kind of like the joke of the group. Like, because the eye patch was an overkill. There's no reason you need an eye patch for an eye rate. You know what I'm saying? So I think they just kind of leaned into it, and now we're just in a situation where, okay, if he's a joke, he's a joke. And it's just rough. It's hard being a Tonga Loa fan right now. I'm trying to give my boys some grace. It's not looking good, man.
I can see that. It is very rough right now.
It's not looking good, man.
He has an excuse now when he botches. He only can see out of one eye, so he'll be fine.
There you go, man.
That is actually what I was seeing on Twitter last night. They're just like, this man has only 50% of his vision. What do you guys expect? I'm like,
make it a little goofy, man. Run with it.
Wes, we know Jacob is injured. That's why we're talking about God being tag champions now with Jacob being injured, dude.
They might have to Freebird rule it, man, and I'd be okay with that.
I thought that's what they was gonna do anyway. That's what I thought they was gonna do. New Day at Freebird. I thought that's what they was gonna do with those titles. But anything else on the U.S. title before we move on?
No.
I got a curve, not really a curveball, but like you said, with the tag team divisions kind of being in shambles, I wouldn't mind seeing Austin Theory. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe Grayson Waller screw him out of it, and then Waller go after it, and they get screwed over by Theory, and then they have like their little spat. Because you got to start throwing bodies at LA Knight, and not everybody's going to be like a strong opponent. But maybe we revisit AJ Styles versus LA Knight somewhere down the line.
He just came back from Noah. He had a match against Marufuji. That was actually,
right.
Man, it was the best match I've seen him have in a long time. Yeah,
it was great.
Oh my god!
Why not revisit that rivalry somewhere down the line?
Okay,
with some actual gold on the line
now. Willie said God tier match, so I'm gonna have to go watch that. Then
it was good.
Adam say, why would you get him the titles in the first place? Gargano just won it. They had to take it off the heels to give it to the babyface, so the other heels, the bloodline, could take it from them. That's what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. As soon as they won it, I got excited, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute. It's just like instantly.
With the tag team division, I didn't really want to talk about this till after, but that's the reason why I can't give SummerSlam a perfect score, because there was no tag team representation
at all.
Raw, SmackDown, Women's, no tag team representation. And for some reason, WWE always defaults back to Judgment Day, whatever they are now, and the Bloodline having the tag team championships. When you have legitimate tag teams in your division and you won't let them cook, you don't give us a reason to care because you keep giving it back to the stables, the two big stables. So I don't know, man. I feel for Gargano and Ciampa, but they got to do something with the tag team division to make us care. Because respectfully, I don't care.
Right. Noob in the building. Shout out to Noob joining. Appreciate you. I ain't seen you in a minute, Noob. Good to see you. Rob keeps throwing out machine gun. Rob, I know you're coming on purpose, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. You talking about machine gun Kelly boys? Like, get out of here, Rob. You about to get banned. That's what we about to do with Rob. We about to ban you. We gonna send you to TikTok and YouTube, and then we gonna ban you over there.
Long time coming.
Then we go ban you over there. I have nothing else on the U.S. title match, so let's move on. Women's title match, the second one. Bayley versus Nia Jax. Queen Nia Jax, Queen of the Ring Nia Jax. Bayley comes out. You know, they have a it was a solid match. I ain't gonna say nothing spectacular. It was a solid match. Nia pretty much dominated the whole match. Tiffy Time comes out, and you knew she wasn't gonna cash in right then and there. At least I thought she wasn't gonna cash in right then and there. I don't know how y'all felt, but Nia ends up getting the win. I'm a fan of Bayley. I love Bayley, but I felt like it was time for Nia to finally get that win, get that title. She's been putting in work since she's been back, And I was happy for her to get that title win. That's her first SummerSlam match, which I did not know until last night. That was her first SummerSlam match, so, and she ended up getting the win. So what you guys think about that match?
Been pretty uninvested in this entire program. I'm not gonna lie. This was like the one match on the entire card that I thought they could have taken it off and I would have been fine with it. And I like Bayley, but I don't feel like, since her match with Io at Mania, I don't feel like I haven't really been like that invested in a lot of this stuff. I don't know. I thought it was like just an okay match. I thought like the stuff with Tiffany Stratton was just all right. I thought that was kind of weird. I mean, it wasn't weird. It made sense why she would do that, and like she's trying to get close to Nia. But I was pretty low on this match. I would say this was definitely the low point of the show for me.
Dang. Okay, well.
But
Jay Cross said it was boring.
That power bomb was impressive. That part
which one?
Was
Did
the
it-
one
did it,
where she was like the one where Bayley had Nia Jackson walked, like she took steps and then gave her I thought that was pretty crazy. So I thought that was dope. That was a good moment in the match. But other than that, I was not a huge fan of this entire thing. So
Jay Cross said this was a piss match break. Adam on YouTube said pretty deadly for the titles. They ain't doing crap with them either. We'll get into all that. Rob said, let's skip this topic. You know, he's a Bayley fan. He said he's getting emotional again. What else? I'm trying to make sure I get everybody. Wes said he feels like Nia is performing better. Big Willie said people really sleeping on the ending of the match with that power bomb from Bayley. Facts. All three power bombs by both ladies were fired. Bayley carrying Nia and holding her up to the middle of the ring, dropping her, and then Nia just hitting them with the Psycho Sid, Kevin Nash jackknife power bomb at the end. Just went crazy. So Showtime 2Wavy is on you.
I'm not gonna lie. It's not that I wasn't invested in this program, like Dark said, but I wasn't super excited about it. In my head, I already knew that Nia had to win and Tiffany was gonna get involved. But it kind of woke me up a little bit because the women actually went out there and wrestled. I think they had a better bell match than Rhea and Liv. And I was very impressed by Bayley. And I was like, how are they gonna like figure out how to elevate her a little bit or like not make her look bad in this matchup? And I like the fact that I'm not sure if she's the first one, but nobody ever kicks out of the Annihilator from Nia Jax, and Bayley did. Like I legitimately like kind of jumped. I was like, oh, she kicked out. Like I was a little shocked by that.
Yeah.
But like you said, those power bombs and then another Annihilator after Tiffy getting involved. 1, 2, 3. You know, you had to see it coming. But I think the anticipation of Stratton potentially turning on Nia Jax after the match, because the camera kind of panned a little bit and everybody's like, you gonna do it? You gonna do it? But they just celebrated and that was the end of it. So now we gotta wait and see what happens next. But to me, it was a solid match. Definitely a solid match.
Tony, it's on you. How you feel about the match?
I might be in the minority here, but I think they booked Nia fantastic since she's been back with the WWE. The match I thought was pretty good. I mean, I thought it was a pretty good match for Nia and Bayley. I think Bayley has a little bit of an excuse on why she lost and probably will get a rematch with Nia Jax. But I thought the match was good. I thought Bayley looked good out there as well. It took a lot to beat her, like you said, the power bomb and then the bonsai drop, whatever she calls that move. It was good. I thought the match was good. The tease with with Tiffany was kind of, I think we all kind of suspected it was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen in that particular part of the match. But I did think, Tiffany was going to tease a cash in at some point during that match. And Nia winning is not too much of a shock. I think maybe some people saw it coming, and curious to see what they do at Nia, obviously with Tiffany too as well.
Yeah, I give it an A-.
Damn, that's pretty high.
Give it an A- because again, the storytelling didn't get good in this build up until like the last 2-3 weeks of it.
Yeah.
So the fact that they took off those 2.5 weeks or whatever, and then they did what they did last night, like I said, it it was pretty dominant by Nia, which I mean, you look at Nia Jax, you look at her size and somebody that moves like that, she really is supposed to dominate. Like it kind of throws me back to how they used to do the Big Show, and they should have just had the Big Show dominating, and he just wasn't dominating like he should, and it just didn't make sense to me back then. I saw a clip, speaking of the Big Show, off topic. I saw a clip of the Big Show versus Kane from 1999, and you know Kane is a monster. Big Show full pressed this guy, threw him out the ring. Kane hit the floor so doggone hard.
Yeah,
I forgot that Kane took a bump like that, because Kane don't take bumps like that, and Kane looked like a doggone cruiserweight hitting that floor and selling that bump. So we will be streaming that match sometime this week on the stream, by the way. Yeah, and you just look at the Big. You're like, why was the Big Show not? Why they couldn't be consistent with him? I just didn't understand that. So Nia. I love the fact they made her look strong, and like I said, bro, Triple H, Bayley, she's the most unselfish woman in the locker room, in my opinion. So it was a good match. So anything else on that before we move on?
Solid.
And who are you lining up for Nia Jax?
damn.
I don't. Indy Hartwell
Why?
Or Candace
Why?
as a first,
or Ken. Yeah.
just as somebody for her to go through.
But why do that to him again?
Well, they're not. That's what they're doing to him now. So
Yeah, like what? I don't know, because it's like I don't want to default to Jade and Bianca, like off the rip.
You could throw out Naomi.
Why do that
When
to
has she
her
been-
again? Yeah.
yeah.
It's a lot. The women's side of things on SmackDown, it's
not
weird.
great.
It's like
Very low.
it's there's
Yeah,
no momentum.
Michin.
for
You could throw in Michin.
She's already been beat up by her though. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
She's
I don't
losing
know.
to Jada Park on NXT. Why she gonna beat Nia Jax?
You
Yeah.
Can't even
beat
throw.
both on both shows, man.
Yes, yeah.
feel like
Shotzi might be coming back.
I feel like Nia's gonna lose this at the Rumble. I feel like Nia's gonna lose this at the Rumble to either Bianca or Jade. Whoever
Ooh,
doesn't have that match is gonna probably win the Rumble match and set up for Mania. I think that's what's gonna happen.
yeah, look at dope fantasy booking here. I like it.
That's
I like
dark.
that idea.
That's dark.
If it's Jade, I love her, but they're gonna have to get her some
excuse
more
me,
reps.
yeah, I
man.
like that idea.
Mm.
That's actually a really good idea.
I was just about to say that, Noob. What's gonna happen and it's gonna piss folks off. Charlotte Flair's gonna come and take the title.
Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
God about her. Oh my
She's
God.
gonna come back and take the title. So that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah,
Noob
that's a
beat me
good
to
point
it.
there. Yep.
I need that. I need that.
Have her challenge Stratton for the suitcase. That's what should happen. That match
For
would be
the
nuts.
suitcase?
For the suitcase. Yeah.
Can you do that?
Oh, they've done it before.
That's
That's how Mr. Kennedy lost his suitcase.
Yeah.
Well, he was getting fired
Yeah.
at the same time, so it's different, right?
They did it though. They did it.
Let me see. I'm trying to make sure I get everybody. New, get out my head. Jay Cross thinks Becky ain't going nowhere. As long as Seth on Raw, Becky's gonna be on Raw. So that's the only reason why I'm throwing it out there.
You know how
yeah.
disheartened I got when I saw that promo for her? I was like, man, I thought she was out of here.
Mid lynch, man.
Mid-length, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah. Come on now, y'all
Tony
gotta
gets
chill
it.
now.
Yeah. Me and Tables on the same. Oh, Wavy, you too? Okay, there we go. Oh, come on, just come to our side. It's that easy.
Super mid. Super
Yeah.
mid.
Thank
Yeah.
you, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Well, next week, Budget Cut Podcast is gonna be a one-man show, ladies and gentlemen. We come one-man show. The disrespect of Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch from these guys is just crazy. I get it. She ain't like, I like Becky, man. I'm sorry. We'll talk about that later. I might have to do an all Becky stream with some of her best matches. Just to remind
That
you.
ain't gonna last too long.
No, yes, it is. Stop. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Don't do that.
It
Don't
ain't
do
gonna
that.
last too long.
Come on, I go all the way back to NXT with some fire Becky matches now. Come on, man. Don't do this.
Get the match where she was carried.
The stream is coming.
Get the match where she was carried by Sasha and Takeover. Get the match where she was carried by Bianca. several times. Get the matches that she was carried by Charlotte and Sasha at the same time at Mania.
She wasn't carried by Charlotte in that Women's Revolution match.
Is that the last man standing match?
Mm-hmm.
That pay-per-view is a blur to me, man.
That's your problem. That's your problem right there. You don't remember the good stuff.
I'm not even being that guy. I don't remember too many matches from that. Like, I watched it. I supported it. I thought
Ronda
it was cool,
Rousey and Nikki
was actually
that
good.
was a good match, yeah.
Nikki carried that match.
And then they had Io and Toni Storm for the finals of the man.
I remember that.
Shayna and Kairi Sane for the title.
Yeah. See, I do remember those.
How do you not have that event again? That's just
stupid. Just stupid, man. So
what a good show. That was I'm gonna watch that. Shit.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that was a good pay-per-view. It was a good pay-per-view.
Great pay-per-view.
But for Nia, I don't know who to throw, because right now you're doing this faction. They're trying to build up the women's tag division finally, right? But the problem with that is you're doing these factions because Naomi, the big three are about to get back together from what it looks like. Because you got Ala, what's the girl name?
Dawn. Alba Fire.
Alba, and then Davenport. They jumped all three ladies, the last 2 weeks. So
the tag team champions.
Yeah.
Ala and
they are? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Which
they want him in what was it? Not Wales. What was it?
Was it Wales? Cardiff.
No, it was No,
that's Wales. Cardiff, Wales.
It was
yeah.
Wait.
Where's Drew McIntyre
they were in
from?
Drew Mac. Yeah, where's that exact?
Scotland.
Is it Scotland?
Scotland.
There you go. Yeah, Scotland. Yeah.
But
oh man.
Rob, ain't no way in hell they doing the women's trio titles. They can't even take care of the tag division titles. Don't do that. Please don't do that. So
they shouldn't have had women's tag team titles. They should have had women's mid card titles and call it a day, man. Trying to force the women's into like tag teams was not the move. It was not.
Well, that's
unfortunately, you're wasting a lot of people's time.
And they killed it. I'm sorry, they killed it with the titles.
They did, but they didn't give themselves enough time to develop an actual division. They just throw a whole bunch of random women together in random storylines, and we don't have time to care about it.
No, that's why they walked out.
Yeah, I mean they not showed that, and Bayley even said, because they asked her this weekend about having a women's mid card title, she was like, "No, I don't want it right now because you have women's tag titles that's not being used how they should be used." She was like, "Build that up first, then we could talk about mid card title for the women's, right?"
I mean, because the thing is, like, respectfully, I care more about Kalani and NXT with the women's North American Championship than I do the women's tag team championships, and they're supposed to be across all brands.
Right.
Me personally, I'm like, that's crazy. That doesn't even make any sense, being that the women's tag team division or the women's tag team championships have been around for much longer. So it's like you should have just went with mid card and call it a day.
And that's the thing.
They give them time to cook, more time,
and to throw salt in the wound just because I'm petty like that. Those belts are ugly as hell. So
yeah.
The NXT women's titles was better.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they were.
They were better. But at the time, those were the best tag titles on the roster because those ugly penny and nickel titles that the men had for all them years. I actually rather look at the women's titles than those old ones that they had back in the day.
Yeah,
but they kind of did it a little bit this week with Great American Bash, where they defended the titles on the NXT. And it was like, you should have been doing that anyway because you took away the NXT women's tag titles and they was actually using them. Right. So start mixing them in with NXT teams. There's a lot of women in NXT, bro. Stop just doing the same thing with the two teams on the main roster. I just don't understand it. But moving on from the women, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre finally happened. Seth Rollins with the bedazzled the bedazzled pants and the Prince referee shirt. Yeah. Okay, what y'all think about this match?
I saw something interesting on Twitter. I didn't get the correlation until it was brought up, but apparently this was all like a tribute to the Taker Bret Hart match with Michaels as the referee. So I thought that was cool. The match itself, I thought that this was like a really, really solid match. And I liked all the drama that was intertwined with the three people too. I was very high on it. And there were times where you could see Punk was kind of struggling with this cardio. He looks a lot more jacked, I would say, like a lot more muscular up top. So, which he's gonna need that if he's gonna be keeping this up. But yeah, I thought they did a really good job, and I'm really glad that Drew went over also. I never really went into it thinking about it, but I mean, I don't think there was any other option if you want to keep this feud going. I mean, you could have had Punk win, but I think this solidifies things more on Punk's side to be more upset and just keep that hate train going. So I liked the match and everything that happened in it. I thought it was dope.
The right person won. That's all I'm gonna say.
Sure.
The right person definitely won.
For sure.
And low key, CM Punk. I'm just glad he didn't get injured. I'm just.
Yep, Mr. Glass survived.
So I was nervous about every other move.
Future Shock. They were teasing that Future Shock, and I'm like, man, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, so I'm just glad he didn't get injured. The right person won. I feel like the ending could have been a little better to that match with those three. Like I like the fact that Seth got involved. He put on a bracelet, not even thinking. CM Punk was like, "Hey man, what you know you messing with me and all that stuff." And CM Punk being a heel, because CM Punk is a heel, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why everybody keeps cheering for this man. He is a heel. This guy is I can't say it because we're on TikTok right now. He's a D-head. Like he whatever you want to call it, that's what he is. He's not this baby face guy that y'all think he is. CM Punk is a jerk, man.
He's playing with the crowd though, because if you peep that last segment they had on Raw, he was like, for years people chanting my name and I got heart and I got the people behind me. So he is a heel. I think they're both heels. I think they're both just personalities that don't like each other.
Yep.
Like they don't have to be labeled as like babyface and heel, but they're both doing heel things, like heavy heel things with all the attacks and costing championships. But if you label him a heel, it's hard because again, he's playing the crowd like he's a face. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot to kind of unpack there.
Yeah. Tony, what you got?
Tweener. With the match itself,
yeah,
I thought it was a very slow paced, very storytelling like match on Saturday night. And like Dark said that the tribute to Shawn and Undertaker and Brett, definitely you can see it played a part with the chair and other things that went on during the match. You know, like Seth kind of turning his eye and not letting them do whatever the fuck they want for the most part, which I thought it was good. You know, Seth hates both of them. He wants to see both of them get hurt. I thought, Punk, there was moments in that match, looked pretty gassed. He had to catch his wind a couple times in that match. But again, first time back after, of course, getting hurt. You just want him to go out there and be healthy and come out there not banged up. And that's what we got. I thought the match was good. I think the right man won. Drew McIntyre's been getting screwed by this man. It makes more sense for him to kind of go over right now. They could still build up this feud for a little bit longer. Maybe they have a match at Bad Blood. I know everybody's hoping for like a Hell in a Cell between them two.
I forgot about Bad Blood.
October.
So, yeah, it's in October. So
man,
you could definitely, definitely can build up to Hell in a Cell with Drew and Punk, or if you want to transition to Punk and Seth at Bad Blood, it's whatever you want to do. But I thought the match was good. I thought Drew should have won, and he did. So yeah, overall good match.
You know what I want to see actually over the Hell in a Cell match? It's something they haven't done in a while. I want to see 3 stages of hell.
3 stages of hell, yep.
Yeah, I want to run that.
Punk can't survive that.
We on the same page.
No.
We on the same page.
That's a retirement match for Punk. That's not gonna. We can't do that. I think what's gonna happen is they'll have Punk and Drew rematch at Bash in Berlin.
Yeah.
They will have them rematch that there. Then they find a way to move on to Seth and Punk. Cause Seth and Punk was the original plan when Punk came back. Yeah, of course, Punk can't stay healthy, but that was the original plan. So they're gonna find a way to get back to that. And I think by Survivor Series is gonna be Punk and Seth. In my opinion, that's just how I feel. So they're gonna do this Bash to Berlin, and then they'll move on to Seth and Punk. But overall, A- match for me.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty solid. A- seems about right.
Yeah, I'll give it an A. I'll give it an A.
Okay.
I'm going C plus.
Dang.
Whoa.
I'm going C plus, man. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm trying to put my bias aside. I'm not a CM Punk guy by any means, but when I was watching the match, I was like, okay, I see what they're doing. It's very story heavy, and that's what it's supposed to be. I don't expect those guys to go out there and give us a 5-star banger. I don't expect that. A lot of storytelling. But when I saw Gunther and Priest go, I was like, this is what I wanted from Drew and Punk. So that's why they kind of lose points for me. But I know we're gonna get to that and whatnot. But it's like C plus to me. But I think Bad Blood is where it all culminates, and I think that's gonna be the one that is like the A minus match to me between those two.
I think the reason I could give it an A- because I didn't expect. I expected him to play it safe with it being his first match.
Yeah, it was too safe, man.
That's how you gotta be, unfortunately, with him.
You know what I'm saying?
Because we know Drew could go.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, I expected him to play it safe. That's why I'm not really too bad. I just want them to at least tell a good story. So,
how long were we waiting for this matchup? Like, I know you had Seth in there to protect Punk. So you waited 7 months, right? And you throw Seth in there to protect Punk from taking like a potential clean loss, right, on his first one-on-one back. You did all of that for 7 months for a safe match. That's
the only way.
And that's why. And look, no knock to Punk or Drew or Seth, but I'm just like, 7 months for this, and that's how I felt. So
I'm with you.
Not a bad point. I can't disagree with that. I think seeing the way this feud has played out with Punk getting hurt and then costing Drew multiple championship matches, you thought it would be more of a more physical match, like Drew really trying to beat the shit out of CM Punk, which it was kind of the complete kind of opposite of a match. Yeah, I could see that.
Did one chair shot actually land ever?
No.
I don't know. Yeah, no.
So I just expected a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, I just expected a little bit more. That's all it was.
I'm with it. Adam, let me get to you on YouTube. Do we believe in Joe Hendry? I do. I don't think Showtime does.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Tony, you're a Joe Hendry? I told y'all about Joe Hendry last year. So
I like Joe Hendry. I think the character is fantastic, but he's one of those guys. But when the bell rings, that's where it ends.
Oh, so he's CM Punk.
Wow. But no, I like Joe. I think his character is fantastic. His gimmick, the singing, he does good. He does really, really good. But when that bell rings, it's like, grab a pillow. He's boring. He's not really great in the ring either. So I don't know.
I love the shock and awe when he takes a loss or gets eliminated. I love that. The 10 seconds the 10 seconds in the battle royal. Him getting eliminated by Josh Alexander, you know what I'm saying, in that TNA Slammiversary match. Him getting attacked by Gallus. Every time the crowd just feel their hearts sink, and I think that's what he's good for. The moments, the concert, stuff like you said, the bell rings, it's like, But because he's on such a pedestal, because he's on such a run right now,
character.
Every time he just comes up a little bit short, the crowd like that.
He's a lovable character, definitely.
He is a lovable character. So when he comes up short, man, it's great to see. I know I sound like the biggest hater, but that's just how.
J. Carl's trying to get banned, talking about the GOAT, talking about so he basically HBK. Now get out of here now.
Wow.
Don't be bad mouthing the chef.
That's ridiculous. Moving on. We got the world heavyweight title match. Gunther versus Damian Priest. Fire matchup in my opinion. I'll give that an A+. Like I tweeted earlier, look out for Finn Balor. Because everybody's talking about Dunn, but Finn is going to be the one to turn. I thought Finn was going to do both turns. Spearhead both turns himself. But he only did the ending, which is fine. And can you blame Finn when you think about it? Because if you go back to it, Damian Priest cost Finn last year at SummerSlam, and then he cost him again before that. And then he's disrespectful, putting his hand in his face. And a lot of people don't know, we're going to stream these matches as well, hopefully this week. sometime this week. But Priest and Finn got a history going back to NXT back in the COVID days when they was going at it. So it's history between those two guys. I can't really blame Finn. I hate that he had to do with the Priest, but I can't blame Finn.
I mean, they even have Priest saying like, "Without they're nothing without me." Judgment Day. Yeah, he's been badmouthing him for a while. So
they need me. I don't need them. Talking spicy. So you had it coming.
Yeah, for real.
He got real big headed after he got that title.
For real.
He got real big headed after he got that title. Really, after the Money in the Bank briefcase, he got big headed then. And Finn was just like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on, bro? Like, I'm a champion too. I'm a main eventer too. We won titles together. Like, it's not just you. I finished some matches as well. So, yeah, it's been going on for a minute, Willie. It's been going on for a minute. Gunther, I don't think I've ever seen somebody really kind of beat Gunther up like that, like Priest was doing kind of last night. Outside
I'm
of
happy that Priest got some respect, man. I'm happy that Priest is getting respect because he's been good. He's been consistent. I know that him following after Seth Rollins as champion, that's a hard act to follow, but he's been doing his damn thing. He rocked Gunther at the start of the match, bro. And I was like, what? He had Gunther reeling, and then at some point, I don't know if it was from a chop or something, but he had Gunther's chest bleeding, and you don't normally see that. Gunther's the one chopping and having people's chest looking like hamburger meat. So it was a hard-hitting match, and that was great to see. Both of them absolutely killed it.
Facts. A+ match for me. What you got, Tony?
Nah, I felt bad for Damian Priest, because like Show said, he follows Seth, from getting the title from Seth. He's the champ now. His two matches that he had, if you take out the unfortunate botches, the pinfall and the dive outside the ring, those matches were good. Like, I just think everyone remembers obviously the botches, unfortunately, but the matches he has been having have been good. I think his character has built a lot since he joined the Judgment Day and then won the championship. Obviously, he's turning babyface. The crowd really was getting behind him last night in the match. So I'm curious to see what goes on with Priest now. Obviously, he's going to get in a feud with Balor whenever that happens. Bad Blood, maybe, who knows? But what do you do next with Damian Priest? Well, I will say a lot on how they feel about him. But the match, man, hard hitting. Happy for Gunther. That man's going to make that title look so good. And the matches that we can potentially have on Raw or PLEs are going to be fantastic. So I'm happy that the man won the title. Absolutely deserves it. And give Priest his flowers, because I think he did really, really good as well.
And that's the thing. Now we named the U.S. contenders, the IC contenders. Who we have for Gunther?
That's rough. Because honestly, he done beat everybody that I thought would be a good rivalry for him on his way to the top. So
yeah, he's pretty much he's beating Dragunov. He's beating all them. Probably gonna get rematches a lot. A lot of them we probably have already seen. Like, we'll probably get Priest again, more than likely. Maybe Dragunov would be another great one. I think Dragunov and him have.
I think Dragunov has to be his Berlin match. I hope.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I don't know what else you could do that. Other than that would be so amazing. But I think they'll probably do the rematch in Berlin. Unfortunately, even Sheamus. You could throw him in the mix. I know they've been battling it out, but when they're in the ring together, they have great matches. Jey Uso, you could throw Jey Uso out there.
To lose again, another title match.
Probably lose. Yeah, I mean, I don't see him winning it anytime soon now with Gunther. But if you want to go that,
what about Seth?
Yeah,
Who?
Seth too.
Seth
is gonna be
maybe Drew.
It's gonna be Seth.
Now.
It's gonna be Seth and CM Punk, in my opinion, pretty soon. So.
But they can start messing up his title opportunities, because that's what happened with Seth. Seth in his last match, CM Punk got involved and ruined his shot against Priest. So it's like you can just revisit that whole thing, and now Seth is getting screwed out of another title opportunity, and Gunther gets to keep the belt.
You know who I want to see as an opponent for Gunther is Braun Strowman. That match would be insane.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
I'm just shocked to hear Dark say he actually want to see Braun Strowman in the match. We might clip that. Somebody clip that because we never heard that before.
New year, new
Dark's
me.
a fan now. We got to remember this when there's a couple months down the
Hold
road.
on, wait, I didn't say I
And
was a
he's
fan.
beating all those guys, and Braun's all.
Yikes.
We got to see him. Willie said let Chad Gable get one.
Oh, I wish.
Well, you know
Ooh.
that will be good, but why 6? So
Yeah.
which we're gonna talk about as well. So let's get on through this. Dark, what you think about the world heavyweight title match?
I thought that it was a good heavy hitting match. I don't know. I felt like at points the crowd was kind of just asleep for some of it.
Cleveland sucked.
then-
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then and then they came awake for like the big chops and stuff like that. There was that botch, but other than that, I think that the match itself was actually pretty solid, and I loved the finish too with Finn. My favorite part of that match was when he rolls up Gunther from being in that sleeper hold and immediately goes and just chokes
Chokes
Finn
the crap out of
like
Finn,
he's
yes.
about to just kill this man, and then just gets put right back in the sleeper again. I was like, oh man, I was like, that's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was. I thought that was all really solid. I actually like this match a lot. I thought it was pretty dope.
Yeah, I gave it a A. So that's an A for me. Anything else before we move on?
I'll say, I'm just. So how would you guys rate Damien's whole reign as champion? Like
was
his
good.
first big title reign. What would you guys thought it was good?
He did what he was supposed to do, man. And I think he really took the ball and he ran with it. He didn't have one bad promo. He didn't have one bad match. He was still in the Judgment Day shenanigans and handling his own business. I feel like he did what he was supposed to do, man. I can't really knock him. And like we were talking about earlier, the people who was like, oh, he's boring, he's this, he's that. You got to think about what he's coming off of, what he's rebounded from, the Seth Rollins reign, and who Seth Rollins is. So for him to come off of that and still be this solid, can't be mad at him.
That's the thing, though. He wasn't even boring. Like
He wasn't.
he was solid. He was real good in his role. Like you said, Showtime. He did everything. He stayed in the Judgment Days BS, and he handled his own business like a man. Like he turned into a grown man. You know, on this run, like, nah, we don't want to cheat. I want you 1-on-1. He called people out as the champ. Like, hey, you talking? Let's have a match tonight. So that's a fighting champ. I respect it, man. And then he put on fire matches every time. Yeah, he botched the little rope dive. Everybody botched on the ropes that night. It was something wrong with the ropes. Yeah, it was something wrong with the ropes. So, yeah, then I think he was legit knocked out for a little bit on that pin count. Yeah, I think he was legit knocked out for a while. So, or he was waiting on somebody's music to hit. It was one or the other.
Oh, for the Money in the Bank. Yep.
Yeah. So.
So that was my get the tables. What did you think? Before I get.
I think it was a solid run with unfortunate events attached to it. You know, because obviously people are going to criticize over the botches and how that took over the matches. But I think he did good. I think he built himself character-wise a lot during this title run. Fans seem to love him now. That pop he got last night when he kicked out of the sleeper hold and everything that was going on in the match really shows that he could be a top babyface in the WWE. And unfortunately, the botches happened, but I think you got to ignore that. I think the match he still had was still good with both Drew and Seth. So, and like Showtime said, he's following Seth Rollins, one of the most popular wrestlers in the WWE. That's a tough man to follow, and I think he did his best. I thought he did. It was a solid run.
So my whole thing with this run is I think that it was off to a good start, and I think that it had the potential to be something special. I think that his last two defenses kind of minimized what I thought the potential in the run for me. Particularly the Money in the Bank match. That like ending, or not the ending, but the 3 count that happened. I think that, in my opinion, that just hurt the credibility of his championship run a little bit. Even though he ended up taking the title and stuff like that, even when after the press conference, he was pretty pissed off about that. And then going from that match to it's a SummerSlam match now, and now he's losing it. I felt like his reign was off to a good start. He had a good high point trajectory, but then it kind of just started to go down a little bit. And then he had a good match last night, but I personally would have wanted to see him go a little bit further with it and just kind of pick back the momentum. So,
okay,
that's fair.
Yeah, can't argue that. So, moving on to the main event, ladies and gentlemen, we had Solo Sikoa take on Cody Rhodes Bloodline Rules match that was set up this past Friday for the is it just called the WWE Undisputed title now? It's not the Universal title no more.
Yeah,
I think it's Undisputed. Yeah.
Okay, well, the WWE Undisputed title, and we seen Cody versus Solo before. Like, Cody is the one that gave Solo his first loss on the main roster. So
yes, we've seen this match several times.
Yeah, we've seen it before. Solo, when it comes to the bloodline, it's just in ring wise, he's level wise. I'll take Roman, Jacob, I take even Jay and Jimmy over Solo right now in the ring. But Solo, I like Solo. I just, I don't think he's at that level yet, though, just to, convincingly make me want to watch him all the time in the main event for a title. But I'm sure he'll get there. He just, to me, he's not there yet. He's stepping up. He's getting better and better. I think it's a little more that needs to be done. But Cody gets the win. The Bloodline members come out. Jacob destroying everybody. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton came back. And what's crazy, leading up to this, Cody gets off the bus. You see him get off the bus. They hand him his dog. Is he putting his dog down? What's happening with his dog? Why is that his last?
Just keeping him home.
Oh, okay.
Just keeping him home. Yeah, Pharaoh. He was like Pharaoh's more his daughter's dog than his now. He's 13 years old. Okay. And he just, doesn't want to take him to travel anymore, but he's not putting him down.
Okay. I didn't know what was going on with that. I was like, wait, why do they keep saying this? Like, what's going on? But yeah, he walks with his dog. Next thing you know, you see Arn Anderson. We ain't seen Arn Anderson in a while, and last time we saw him, he was in AEW talking about putting the Glock to somebody. Right. So with Cody, so they kind of reunited that right there. With so that was dope to see. Cody said, Arn said, I still got a little pull in backstage. Basically, you still got some friends back here. Some you know about, some you may not know about, but you got some friends if you need them. Fast forward, the match happens. It was a C+ for me personally. And then the ending happened. Bloodline comes out. Jacob destroys everybody after Randy and KO fights off God. Jacob, I hope he's not hurt too bad, man. I keep thinking about that. I really hope he's not hurt too bad, and it's just something that maybe he can take a week off, come back or whatever. Next thing you know, we hear Roman Reigns music, and it's even more elevated than what it was when he left. It's basically the WrestleMania entrance that we heard, and the crowd popped. I was throwing my one up in the air on the couch, and my lady was throwing her one up in the air. We was just like, okay, this is it. Roman is back. I was happy to see him. They was like, who's he gonna spear? Who is he gonna attack? Is he gonna attack Solo? They got to do that. They got to build it up. He ain't waste no time. He stopped.
No hesitation.
Full speed. Solo, get up out of there. He ain't waste no time. So we know what it is. Took Solo out. Hit him with the spear. Crowd went crazy. Cody gets the win, and they just kind of looking at each other like, yeah, okay, all right. Roman's like, nah, I respect you. Roman gave him that look, I respect you, nah. Solo going crazy on the outside, yelling at the top of his lungs, which was hilarious to me.
That meme is funny. No,
I don't know if y'all seen funny, this. Bro. Dark found a video of the referee's reaction when Roman Reigns' music hit. I don't know if y'all seen his reaction, but they was like, the ref act like Roman was coming for him.
Yeah.
And like they zoomed in on him, and his eyes just got big. Like his face turned probably quicker than Solo's face turned. So if you ever
I need
that
to
was
see
on
that. I need
Twitter,
to see that.
Dart.
Yeah. I'll see if I can try and find that again.
Yeah, I want to see
That
that.
was good.
Yeah, so man, dope match. Well, dope ending to the match for me. C+ match, A+ ending. What you guys got on that?
Something that I learned very quickly, because it's only happened once before, about these Bloodline rules matches is that the first half of this match is going to just feel like a slug, like it's going to be a slog to watch. It was, especially with Solo, like everything you mentioned about Solo, like he has all of the potential in the world to be something greater than he is right now, but he's at where he's at right now, and I was just watching a singles match, and I was just waiting for the run-ins. I was like, because this match isn't going to pick up until the run-ins happen. So when the run-ins started happening, then I got more invested and everything like that. Jacob, when he came onto that table and started just yelling, he was yelling like he was pissed off, which made me very concerned. It's more if somebody just like gets like hurt like that and they're just like holding their leg or something like that, that's one thing. But this guy, he knows that he's being pushed to the moon right now, and that they've got a lot of things planned with him specifically. And for that to happen, he's not going to have that type of reaction unless something's not right. So I saw images of him in a boot, and I mean, I hope it's not as serious as it could be, but just throwing my praise up for him. But the rest of the match, Roman coming out, that was phenomenal. This guy, they wanted him to have this reaction forever, and he finally got it last night. When he went to go for the spear, that was the loudest I'd ever heard the crowd say ooh ah before. I was like, golly, it was nuts in Cleveland. They you could say whatever you want about that Cleveland crowd. They showed the hell up in the last like 10 seconds of that match. It was
They better.
It was crazy.
They're chanting, we want Roman for 3 months here.
Yeah, and so like the match I thought was like if I was to give it a grade, I'd probably give it a solid C, because I don't think I could give it any more than that. Just because the run-ins and all that stuff. Even with Roman there, I mean, I had to wait. What did this match go like? Almost 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It was a long time.
That was almost 30 minutes of me just waiting for Roman to come out. Like a C is where I'm staying with this, but yeah.
Real quick.
Good main event. Good ending.
Yeah, real quick. Let me point out something that I'm noticing. So Solo's the tribal chief. He's been talking like Roman, walking like Roman, and now he's starting to have matches like Roman. The problem is Solo doesn't have that aura yet to be able to have a match like Roman and have the crowd still invested in it. You have to build to that point. Now, if Solo would have went out there and acted like NXT Solo with Cody, that would have been a fire match.
I was gonna say that streak champ Solo. People forget about that. Like he can actually wrestle. And something I wanted to point out is, we can cut out the first 15 minutes. Yes, it was boring, but 80% of the offense was Solo. Yeah. Like before all the run-ins, it was 80% Solo, and he was going crazy. What I found interesting, bro, my man Solo took 5 crossroads in that match.
He did.
He took 5. He took the one piece, then he took the 3, and the triple, and then the final one, which was absolutely like absurd to me. I don't think you had to overkill the move 5 times is nuts.
I actually had that same thought.
I'm with y'all. C+ match, A+ ending. You know what I'm saying? I feel a little bad for Solo, because every time he gets a little bit of momentum, every time he's like showing a little bit of that potential, something happens. Like Jacob Fatu completely eclipses everything that's going on with the bloodline right now. You hate to see it with him getting injured. You know what I'm saying? I hope he's okay. I hope, like you said, it's something that can be brushed off in like a week or two. But it's like he is on the back burner of his own stable, unfortunately. So I'm trying to figure out what can they do with Solo to really elevate him, because he just main evented a top 4 or a big 4 pay-per-view, and he's still on the back burner. So I'm like, what can they do to really push him to be that star that they want him to be and that we know he can be.
He
I don't
should
know
have
what
won.
it is. I would have loved that curveball.
I would have gave him the title last night, honestly.
I would have loved that curveball.
Yeah.
I think that crowd would have come unglued, and
Yeah.
then after have Roman come out and smoke them
Mhm.
or something. You know, I don't know, but I would have popped. I would have popped.
Yeah, that's what I would have done personally, just to throw everybody off. And you're building up the bloodline. Go ahead and build them up to what they was. If you want to have bloodline versus bloodline, this bloodline needs to be as powerful as the other bloodline was. Give them all the belts.
Yes.
So
And he smoked Cena.
yeah,
Like real bad. He
Destroyed
spiked him like
him.
20 times. Like where was that energy? So it's there. You got to tap into it and get people to actually invest in it. So
Tony, what you got?
Yeah, to piggyback off them, we know Solo has potential. We saw what he did in NXT. He
Mhm.
was pretty good there. And then of course they have him go on this massive losing streak, where he's lost about 30 something matches in a row or something like that. So it's just they did not book Solo very well going into becoming the tribal chief. And not only that, he just doesn't have, like you said, that aura yet of being a tribal chief. He just doesn't come off as one. Where when you look at Jacob Fatu, you're like, yeah, that's the tribal chief right there. Like you said, Dark, the match itself, you're just waiting to see what the hell is gonna happen. When you get the tagline Bloodline Rules match, you know shit's gonna hit the fan. We're gonna see shenanigans like crazy. We're just waiting for the surprises. Who's gonna show up? When's Roman gonna pop out? That's basically the match in a nutshell. Like Dark said, I think this match was, let's sit here and wait for Roman to return. And the match itself, I wasn't very much into this feud at the beginning. I was not into the match at all. I thought the surprises were nice, but at the end of the day, it was just a showcase for the Roman Reigns return. So
Right.
I see it best, but the ending with Roman and the spear and the crowd reaction, it was insane. So yeah, I give it definitely an A+ for the ending.
BFB on YouTube said he kind of thought it was weak the way they brought Roman out. Orlando said the Y6 is having a match tomorrow. Well, thanks for the announcement. The Judgment Day is breaking up. Yep, we talked about that. There's going to be a big match at Survivor Series. Yep, kind of mentioned that one earlier. Which that I told y'all that's why I thought Sami Zayn lost his title. So because they set it all up, and Sami Zayn would have that title out the way. Willie on Twitch, what did he say? He said Jacob is eclipsing Solo. Solo is cool, but he wasn't ready for the main event. Liza say when he talks, it naturally sounds better than him trying to be Roman. Yeah, when he talks naturally. Yeah, you're right. Go ahead, Tanner.
I asked my chat last night. Well, obviously, take out the 50,000+ fans there at SummerSlam last night. But what do you think would have gotten a crazier reaction if it was what we got last night, or if we had maybe Paul show up first to announce he's returning, or would you rather have him show up on SmackDown with Paul? What do you think would get the more reaction?
I honestly thought Jimmy was going to show up first.
Yeah, they didn't put Jimmy out there either, which was odd.
So supposedly one of the rumors is that because Jacob got hurt, they didn't throw out Jay. And they went straight to Roman. There's a lot of rumors going on because it was supposed to be like another interaction before Roman, or they were saying that Roman was supposed to interact with Jacob. Again, we spoke about that earlier. I'm a fan of keeping that one in the back pocket till later, but they were saying it was supposed to be either Jay coming out and he didn't because Jacob got hurt, or Roman. But I think honestly, I would have rather it happen on SummerSlam. I want the Big Four to feel like a Big Four pay-per-view. You know, like there's been years where it's just like, oh, this is SummerSlam. Oh, this is Survivor Series, and we don't really care. But I'm okay with Roman coming back. You said it was his return or showcasing his return. I think it makes sense because the Big Four, you gotta go ham. You gotta go ham. So I go with this over SmackDown.
Yeah, I just thought Jimmy would come out first, but maybe they did throw a wrench in it. I don't know, but I expected to see Jimmy first. Jimmy was the one that was beat up first, you know, and then they lead to Roman. But again, it's SummerSlam, like you said. So Let me make sure I don't miss no more comments. What matches happened at Bash of Berlin? We don't know. We just finished SummerSlam last night. I'm not the booker. I don't know. You'll find out if you watch Raw tomorrow and SmackDown. Then we start getting some clues. I think he could have just showed up in the middle instead of them laying on the ground. I like the return. That's solid. I like the return. It was a good pop. It was great to me. Overall, SummerSlam, we already graded it earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
Tony, did you give a grade for SummerSlam?
I'll give it a B. I'll give it a B.
Okay.
A B for SummerSlam.
Big Willie said the return was amazing. It was, man. So that's SummerSlam. Yes. Now, let's hurry up quickly. We're done with SummerSlam. I'm not about to change overlays. We're just about to move some pictures around because I'm not going to do all this picture stuff again. Let's get into the booking of Triple H. This is a full year since he officially took over as the booker because it did start at SummerSlam last year, right? And he was kind of like finishing off Vince stories.
Yeah.
Full year. What's the grade? Triple H. Be honest. Be honest.
Outside of what people are speculating about, a certain type of person that he's booking, I am a big fan of what he's done. I appreciate the fact that he's taking care of the talent that he was trying to push from NXT. I think he's doing a really good job with what he's got overall. So I'm gonna give him an A. And he's pushing other companies to have to move a little bit differently and up their game too, and helping out TNA. So I'm gonna give him an A. He's doing a damn thing.
Okay. Tony, what you got?
I'm a fan of Triple H. I think he's doing a great job. I think that the turnaround WWE has made since Vince has left has been spectacular. Definitely could see them kind of moving into another direction on the company with the wrestling and stuff like that. Like Sho said, they're involving other companies with them, like TNA and doing all such things like that. I just think he's done a great job, and he's more open-minded to different things, to pushing people that you usually wouldn't see Vince McMahon push. Does he have his flaws? Yes. Or is there a bunch of, sometimes you're like, why is this happening, or why is this going on, or this feud or that? Absolutely, every booker does. Every guy who runs the show, we always can't like everything. So I think overall he's done a fantastic job.
Dart,
so A.
We got 2 A's. So Dart, what you got?
I'll give him a A too. I'll give him an A minus. I'll be a little bit of a harsher critic. It was very shaky at first. Him starting it off, but things like started to come together. You know what? I'm just gonna go back to an A actually. I'm really thinking about it. But
so much for being harsh, man.
Yeah, right. I fold so quickly. But no, he really started like picking things up. I would say like, I want to say like for me it started at Survivor Series. I think like after that happened, like it was just like pretty consistent that we were seeing like a lot of good episodes of Raw and SmackDown on like a weekly basis, and right now where we're at, I'm pretty happy with the content. I also want to give a shout out to Sean because I am actually invested in NXT for the first time in a long time. Mm-hmm. I have been in and out. I've been very much in and out of NXT. I'll keep up on it every now and then, but I think it was back when like Javon Evans like was really popping on Level Up. That's when I really like kind of took a step back and I realized all of the pieces that they had down there. And now they're just, with all the stuff that they're doing with TNA especially too, like they are like cooking. The other week I saw a 6-man match. It was like Nathan Frazier, Axiom, and Javon Evans against the Rascals, and I couldn't believe that was on TV. I was like, this is a great freaking match. I can't wait for Survivor Series weekend this year because more so than War Games, I am ready for them to do Worlds Collide with TNA, and that's gonna be freaking crazy. So they're cooking on all fronts. So yeah, the WWE right now is at a high. They're at a peak right now, and I hope it doesn't stop. Yeah. We've seen what happens when it's not great.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody keeps changing. Look, Lizard changed his from B to A minus. I'm gonna give him a B plus. Let me give him a B plus. And the reason why, it's easy to love everything that's going on when Vince's last run was so freaking bad. It's so easy. Anything that's opposite of what Vince was doing is going to be considered an upgrade for us. So that's how bad it was. Dark, you know, we spent 2 years venting about everything on SmackDown, NXT, Raw.
It's terrible.
We spent years. B plus. The honeymoon phase was what it was. It was great. We was all excited. We was all lit. But it's time to really start paying attention to what's going on. Tag team division ain't meant nothing. They got new titles. Good job. That's it. Tag team division still ain't nothing. Street Profits, top team, top selling merch, went downhill since Triple H took over. Bobby Lashley is not even on the freaking roster no more. Not even getting used when he was on the roster. Ricochet. You started using Ricochet. You started bringing him up a little bit, started getting him stuff, but you wasn't consistent enough with him. Now Ricochet's gone. Right? Andrade, you brought him back. We just assumed that you was going to use Andrade better than what AEW did. And now the last 2 weeks, he's been used properly with Carmelo Hayes. But up until these last 2 weeks, he ain't been doing shit. So
What are you talking about? He's the speed champion. What are you talking about?
Okay, see, you're trying to get me banned on TikTok right now. I can't say what I want to say over that. But okay. So Andrade ain't been doing nothing. Women's division. Let me see. I don't even know how to describe the women's storytelling has been good with the titles, right? I give them the Rhea and Liv. The storytelling is killing on that. Bayley winning the belt was great. Her title run, we talked about Priest title run. Bayley title run wasn't all that. I'm just sorry. Even her build up to her match at WrestleMania wasn't all that at all. But the match delivered because it's freaking Io Sky, or whatever her name is, Io Sky now. Io Sky and Bayley. I feel like a lot of these things, the matches, the pay-per-view matches are actually outweighing some of the iffy storytelling that's going on in some of these matches. I mean, some of these stories, right? Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell. Why? DIY. You finally gave him the titles, but you took it right back off of him. Right? And again, I can't stress this enough. Where the hell are the Street Profits? What are we doing? A team that was selling that type of merch, doing all that type of stuff over with the crowd. BFD. Ricochet quit because he wasn't getting used better like he thought he was under Triple H. Ricochet thought it was about to be NXT Ricochet under Triple H, and it didn't happen. That's why he quit. He left. He took his ball, contract over.
MVP gone. Where
Hurt Business gone. Now
Hurt
finally,
gone. No, the Pride.
Yeah. Now finally, Cedric Alexander and Adonis has been sent back to NXT, which Dark, you know, I've been asking for that for about 2-3 years. Like send Cedric. Cedric is a talent. Send that man to NXT. Let him cook with the NXT guys if you're not gonna use him on the main roster. Pete Dunne got his name back, so I give him points for that. And Pete Dunne talked about that on NXT. He was like, "Yeah, I was in the Sheamus show. I got stuck with a dumb name." BFD, you said Street Profits wrestled. So what? They didn't win. Nobody cared. That's not the point that they wrestled. Everybody's going to wrestle every now and then. Somebody got to lose. The point is, Street Profits was up here, and now nobody cares about the Street Profits. Like, come on, man. Well, we hardcore Street Profits fans. It's the difference. They not even getting the same reaction in the crowd. Like, nobody cares about what's going on.
You didn't love that 3-on-3 banger they had against the Final Testament at WrestleMania? What do you?
I forgot that even happened.
That was good.
Exactly.
I forgot it even happened. Honestly.
With Bubba Ray as the special guest referee.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So he said Lashley run was killed because his promos suck. Lashley promos have been the same his whole career, and Lashley was dominant under Vince. He's been trash under Triple H. And now he's gone. So Braun Strowman coming back. Braun ain't doing nothing. What you bring him back for? What was Braun? Why? What was the big deal? You brought him back to chase around JD Madonna for 3 weeks backstage, and then once he was done, once they was like, all right, Braun, stop chasing him, we gonna get him the tag titles. What have you done since? Nothing. Like absolutely nothing. So like I said, I think a lot of people get it confused and say Triple H is cooking, which he has cooked up some stuff. And I see the attempt, which I love. He is attempting to allow certain people that wasn't getting any type of goal. He's attempting to at least let them go out there. And if the crowd don't react, they just don't react. He's open-minded. I give him that. I love that. But overall, Vince was so bad that what Triple H, anybody could have done anything, man. Anybody could have taken over and just made any type of changes. Everybody would have loved it because Vince was that bad. So I'm not giving him no A minus. He's a B plus. That's still good. That's very good. He's not going to be perfect. We know this. B plus is good, but I think people are overrating Triple H as a booker right now. Triple H in NXT versus Triple H now, which I know is more difficult now because you're doing 2 main shows versus 1 hour show and some takeovers. So it's way more difficult now. But overall, NXT Triple H versus main roster Triple H, I'm taking NXT Booker all day. So that's just me. Speaking of NXT, we have it up on the screen. NXT and Impact have been working together. Dark already gave his thoughts on that. I personally love it too. If they are doing Worlds Collide, I would absolutely love it. What's your thoughts on it, Tony and Showtime?
You go first, Show. Go ahead.
I'm excited. I hope they actually go through a Worlds Collide. You guys know, if you don't know, you're about to find out I'm like a big Bullet Club stan, right? So I need against literally any tag team. Care. But just the potential of the matches we can get, I think are gonna blow the roof off of the place. Like as soon as they start announcing matches, it's gonna go crazy. I'm loving the partnership for a lot of different reasons. People like to throw out the weird claim that WWE signing these people, making the moves they make is bad for professional wrestling as a whole. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think it forces everyone to up their game, and with them having a partnership with TNA, with Noah, all these different things, it's only going to help the business grow. Point blank period. I hate to just shoot down the masses, but it's only going to do wonders for the rest of the business. And if this is just the start of it, think about where it can go. Like, why not have, a partnership with AAA or have a partnership with, MLW, or it doesn't matter. Like, it can go from this point. This is just like an experimental phase, and it's going extremely well. And then I read something that Joe Hendry had said. The way that his contract is set up, he can appear on NXT, appear on TNA, do indies, do signings, work out in the PC. So he's got all the benefits of WWE, but he still gets to do his indie thing. And if this is the experimental phase and this is going well, who else can that be available for in the future? Who else is going to be able to benefit from this? Right. So I'm liking it. I like the direction it's going. They're listening to fans. Whatever burner account Triple H has on Twitter, he's listening to people. He's got the memes being shown. Shawn Michaels as well. Whatever burner account he's got on Twitter, they're using a lot of things that the internet has cooked up and just producing it very, very well. So I'm loving it. I can't wait for the potential Worlds Collide matches, and I'm fully behind it.
I do want to add something that I didn't actually when you were talking, Wavy. It kind of I kind of had that thought. Like I said, I'm very high on NXT right now and all the things that they're doing with TNA and everything like that. But I've also, in the back of my mind, been kind of like very skeptical about this. I've been very worried about TNA's future. That's what this makes me kind of worried about. Because I feel like it, like Triple H, to put it in perspective, before like back when he had Black and Gold, he ended up going in to all these places in England and going to all these promotions down there, having great relationships with them. Then WWE ended up buying pretty much all of the indie scene down there, and a lot of those major promotions that were big are defunct now. They're gone. They're archives in the network right now. So I think it's cool that they're working with them, but I'm also like, I don't see like, and I see a lot of praise where there should be, but now, especially with Scott D'Amore not in charge of TNA anymore, it gets me like very worried sometimes when I'm seeing like so much talent, TNA talent on NXT, and just like I feel like there's a dark cloud over TNA right now, and we're just kind of waiting for the lightning to strike in a terrible way. So
waiting for the other shoe to drop. Yeah.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just a little I'm just saying it's just a little. I'm a little skeptical about it sometimes. That's just because of the indie scene just because of the British indie scene, what they did to that. So that has me a little shaky. So
I don't know if y'all. I don't even know where to start with this. I don't even know where if y'all heard this rumor about WWE possibly bringing back a WCW. Do you think that's something they could be doing? They could buy TNA and turn it into either their version of WCW or keep it as.
Oh shit!
I'm just saying that's the rumor.
No,
I didn't really believe that. I did like raise an eyebrow though. Like, yo, if they bring back WCW,
that's funny.
That's more opportunities for whoever. But with TNA, I think the goal is for them, what they're doing is maybe trying to get them a better TV deal. So they can be on a bigger network again, like they used to be when they was on Spike TV and all that stuff back in the day. I think that's the goal. Triple H mentioned a long time ago that he likes the territory type of stuff. He's old school like that. He likes it being multiple territories, as he called it, which now is just companies, right? And he likes to be able to mix people in and out. They keep their territory, you keep yours, but y'all all mix in the talent. That's what he likes to do. That's it. That's one thing he said he wanted to do with Black and Gold. And then, of course, I mean, you got Vince McMahon is going to say, well, since you're using them, pal, let's just fucking buy them, right? Ha, ha, ha. That's what Vince McMahon is going to do. But I think the goal is to help TNA get it back to a better TV network deal. And they just continue to work together as they build talent up together. I wonder how people like Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler feels about TNA, and how's that going to work when it's time for him to come back, or is he going to come back and work with NXT guys? Like stuff like that. That's what I wonder about.
The thing with NXT and the TNA partnership is it's perfect. I think it's in a perfect match. For Impact, it's benefiting them, while, like you said, maybe they are trying to get a TV deal, and they're trying to show out that, we do have really, really good wrestlers here. We do we have someone that could become mainstream, like a Joe Hendry and stuff like that. So maybe they are trying to throw them out to whoever's watching NXT or the USA Network to maybe get a deal. But I think it's benefiting both. I think TNA kind of drew a bad hand when they partnered up with AEW in the back, and it really didn't do much for them. But I think with WWE, it is, because they are exchanging talent now. We're not getting huge names jumping from NXT to TNA, maybe not yet, at least. But it's not like WWE is not giving them anybody. They're giving them people. I saw more people showed up at the Impact taping this past weekend, so they're giving them talent, and they're providing TNA a spotlight on USA Network, where they get double or triple probably what they get on a Thursday night. So I think it's benefiting both. I think NXT has been doing a great job, especially with the talent that they have brought in or built up, if you want to say, as well. With Miss Parker and all Roxanne and all of them, they got one hell of a women's division, and most nights the women carry the show. So I think NXT's got something really, really going over there.
It's great seeing Zach Wentz back on TV too.
Yeah, that too.
That was, man.
And they called him by his Zach Wentz. They didn't go back to his old
Nash
name.
Carter or something like that, right?
And it would be interesting if Dolph made an appearance on NXT. That would be weird.
Hey,
would they call him formally Dolph Ziggler? Like, what? That would be so weird.
Nick Nemeth, yeah. Because Dolph that's a household name in WWE. So
that's
what
trademarked by WWE. Yeah. So they could call him Dolph if they wanted to.
I also wanted to add too that I think that it's really dope that even though we're talking about NXT, just kind of going back to the main roster, that they're allowing their talents to fly out to Marigold and Noah for these matches too. Josh Briggs from NXT is actually competing in Noah's like month-long tournament right now.
Nice.
So, and I just saw a couple of highlights, and they're loving him out there.
And the other one from Catch Republic's in it too. I can't think of his name. He's in the tournament too.
So did they
The
kill
one that
Damon
took
Kemp
on
too?
Joe Dempsey, or no, not Joe Dempsey. What's his name?
he
Charlie
just
Dempsey?
took on. No, he took on.
Tavion Heights.
He took on D'Angelo this past
Tavion
Tuesday.
Heights.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Okay.
he's in it too.
Yeah, I like that WWE specifically is working with the secondary promotions in Japan rather than the big ones. I think that kind of evens itself out with AEW taking New Japan and Stardom. And in the long run, it's looking like AEW or WWE picked the right horse going with Rossi and his new promotion, because I haven't been watching Stardom a lot, but they are not doing so hot apparently, according to like a lot of the fans. They are not happy with a lot of the directions and stuff like that. So that's gonna be cool. Julia's gonna be coming soon, so that is gonna be
Stephanie Valcour.
Stephanie Valcour, yeah,
Calling him out, man.
yeah, like
Stephanie Cole, boy.
I saw her live. That was crazy.
She cold, boy. Like I remember being in Tony's chat doing Forbidden Door, and that was my first time seeing her too. Like I've only seen clips of her. I've never seen like an actual match. That was my first time seeing her, and I believe it was yours too, right, Tony? Yours and Dave.
Yes. Yeah.
I just remember we were talking. I was in the chat and y'all were talking like, "Yo, she is low key carrying this match from Mercedes." Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. And then we said Tony better sign her ASAP, and then next thing you know, she signed with WWE. So
Yeah.
but NXT,
Dream of hers, man.
yeah, bro. She definitely should have went about it a different way though. How she ended her contract, but NXT Impact. I love it, man. Hopefully this, like I said, my hopes for it is they get another TV deal for Impact, get them back going pretty strong. They sold the most tickets for Slammiversary as they sold in the last 10 years, I believe they said.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
I
Yeah.
think
It was either
think that
8 or
was-
10 years. It was one of those two.
they had like, I think it was like 4,000 people in the thing. It was actually a pretty big place that they ran and did well. The only downside to that was there was actually Jordan Grace got on Twitter afterwards and said that there was like legit like flight problems.
Yes.
There was supposed to be a lot of big surprises coming from NXT to be on that show that night that just didn't end up happening. So
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Yeah, because she hyped it up like it's gonna be one of the best ever.
Yeah.
There's gonna be surprises, stuff like that. Like you'll never know who you're gonna see or expect to see, and then like we only
And then we got
I
Earl
think-
Hebner.
Yeah, I think it was Earl, and I think that was it, right? He's really the only
Yeah,
surprise.
Yeah.
That's the only part I didn't like. Shout out, appreciate the follow, Trey Flock on Twitch. Before we go, we got one more thing. Anything else on NXT TNA?
Nah.
Any thoughts? Any
I heard that they're
dream
I heard
matches?
that they're built. Well, I was gonna say I heard that they're building up Moose and Obifemi.
I was just about to say I want that match.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
that is-
That's
Sounds
probably why he
crazy.
dropped the title.
Probably.
Oba Femi, bro. That
Grown
man is
man.
a beast, man.
It's a
God
grown man.
Damn.
Yeah.
That man
Is he like,
right there,
is he
bro.
like 23?
I saw him give
Yeah.
man. First
Yeah.
of all, shout outs to Heatwave. That pay per view was. I thought that was better than Money in the Bank, but that 10 trillion that he gave to Wesley. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I didn't know somebody could do that many rotations before they hit the
Yeah,
ground.
that was
bro.
great.
Oh, my
No,
Lord.
and also Javon Mother effing Evans. That boy is cold. That man.
I want to see him and
golly.
Ali. Him and
I
Mustafa
want
Ali.
for the wait, he's not.
Wait, Ali's not the champ no more.
Speedball Mike
Mike
Bailey.
Bailey
wrestling
is. Oh,
Oh.
my
No. I
God.
need Speedball. Who did I have for Speedball? It was somebody else for Speedball that I wanted to see.
Oh, man.
I can't even think of it now. Was it
God, that would
Wesley?
be
No,
amazing.
I actually they had a
Composer.
match on the Independent scene down. There's this promotion DPW. They actually had a singles match together and it was nuts. So man, if you guys
Yeah.
haven't seen that, go check that out. Find that on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. It's some matches that can be made. And you know what? Started exchanging titles. Really make you feel like you're working together. Start exchanging some titles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trey, appreciate you coming, man. He said he loves our content. We have MT Darkness to, I guess if you watching the screen, is to, I can't tell because this is backwards from this screen. Which way am I pointing to y'all?
You're pointing the right way. Yeah,
I'm pointing to the right on y'all end on your screen.
Yeah.
Okay, to my right, MT Darkness, Showtime to Wavy. Get the tables, ladies and gentlemen. He said he got a question. Do you think Dom is gonna be a full-on Guerrero? I mean, he's already Eddie Jr. Yeah, he's already Eddie Jr. So, but yeah, make sure you get these. Did he fall? Wait a minute.
Put me out the chair.
I just turned on the YouTube. I just turned on the YouTube to see, and I saw the replay of him just disappearing. What happened, bro? Oh man, we're gonna have to clip that and put that on. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to clip it. The dog got him. He said the dog took him out. But yeah, so he said not you botching like Tongaloa. Golly, push. That's another dope streamer, J Cross as well. So make sure you follow Push Play with DJ J Cross. Everybody's in here. It's a lot of dope streamers in this chat and in this on this stream right now. So if you love our content, this content here, you will love everything that they do. Everybody that I just named. So, yeah, I guess I put Liz, put him in the chat for me, please. We got a mod here today, so if you can. Anything else before we get to AEW and close the show?
Nah.
We go keep the AEW one short and sweet. And just long story short, what has been your thoughts about AEW in the last 3 to 4 months?
Because it's positive.
I want to hear Dark. I haven't heard talk AEW in a while. So I'm curious.
I'll start from a positive perspective. I've still been watching it. I've been invested in their product. I think it's still great to watch. It's still probably in America, I would say it's still probably my favorite promotion, but I would definitely say that WWE has been inching up on it a lot as of late. But I still bell to bell. They're still having great matches. They have my favorite match of the year in Danielson and Ospreay. I don't know if anything's going to touch that. That match was just insane to watch. And I was literally at Forbidden Door in the summer. So, I mean, I really like the product. But I can like the product all I want. It's still an issue when they're having these problems with their ticket sales.
Yeah.
And like I was talking to Dope off stream. I was saying, because they're running that esports arena, which I love the stage setup for that. It gives it like an old school feel, and it looks fantastic. But they can only have like 1,000 people in there at most. It doesn't sound that loud. It sounds kind of like an indie show a little bit. And
that's what it is.
Yeah, and so yeah, like that's just like those are like concerning things, and like that's not like those are things to be concerned about. I wouldn't say that's nothing to just like be like super worried about, because they still have other avenues of revenue. Even though I don't, and I'm assuming nobody here does watch Ring of Honor. I mean, they're still pulling in money from that service, because that's the only way you can watch it is monthly.
Yeah.
So they're still pulling in money from.
It was amazing though.
That's before Dishonor?
It was.
I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it.
I didn't know Athena was still wrestling. I thought she was hurt.
No, she's fine. She's cleared.
Yeah, I mean, because she took on Queen Aminata, which I love. Aminata, I'm a fan of, but
big fan.
Yeah,
I did see Red Velvet's new finisher. That looked ridiculous. I was like, that is insane.
Red Velvet.
But yeah, so they have other revenue. They have other avenues of revenue coming into the company, so that there's nothing to be too concerned about. But when you're looking at them potentially signing like longer deals with Warner Brothers, or signing new deals or whatever in the future, that could be an issue. And I don't know exactly what you do to fix the problem is the biggest thing I have, because you've brought in Mercedes, you brought in Okada, you brought in basically all the top players from Japan. You brought them over here, and then some. So I just don't know what the how to solve this problem, but I think something's got to change. So
yeah, go ahead, Wavy, because I don't know. Go ahead.
Love AEW. I think they shot themselves in the foot when they dropped that CM Punk footage, and they've had to reel from that ever since. They had to like restart all the momentum that they gained.
Terrible.
Yeah, it was a terrible move, and I think the only person that really came out on top of that is Jack. Pros, you get great matches bell to bell. Cons, they're still figuring out their formula for storylines. They have some good ones, but their roster is riddled with injuries. And when you really look at that injury list, you're like, dang, there's a lot of people gone. And that kind of sucks. I think there's no like nail in the coffin or anything like that. I think AEW is going to be fine. I wish they would kind of dial it back on the content. I don't think there's any reason why you have 3 shows and then ROH. That's a lot. But yeah, they're going to be fine. Everyone's hype about London, and there's still hype for AEW, but I think Tony Khan has to get a solid creative team around him. And once they do that, once he's got like some good and versatile perspectives, instead of him just being like the final whatever and he's booking for the sickos and all that, I think they're going to be fine because they have a great roster. Like you said, they got everybody from New Japan. They got some people off the indies. They have the money for great production. Okay, cool. Now let's really utilize everything we got and put the pieces together. Because that first, 1 or 2 years of AEW, they like to say restore the feeling. They have to restore that feeling back. So once they do that, they'll be fine. But right now, they're still trying to figure it out. And it feels that way when you watch it.
Tony, what you got?
Facts. I mean, obviously the positives are at the AEW is they got very talented women and males on that roster, and like Sho said, every week we're gonna probably get a banger. They throw out really good matches on Dynamites. I just think the storytelling lacks. Yes, there is storytelling in some feuds, but not throughout the whole product. It can get tough to watch Dynamite because it's just match. Nothing's really getting built up unless it's a really main storyline on the show, like the MJF Ospreay stuff like that. But the matches are good. Like Dark said, they have some things to worry about themselves. The lack of attendance. If you look at what they were pulling in like a year or two ago and to what they're doing now, it's pretty mind blowing.
And
Go ahead.
I was sorry, just to kind of add on to that too. Another thing that's actually been turning into a bigger problem for them is their viewership has gone down dramatically.
Yeah,
they are not even hitting 900,000 anymore. They are.
No.
Last week they hit like 700, I think, or no, 600,000 because of the Olympics. And the week before they were at 7,000, and that was a good number for them. So
like Wavy said, they shot themselves to the foot with the Punk footage, and that's the highest rating they've got on Dynamite since. They haven't topped that since they've shown footage of CM Punk. So that just shows you that, there's obvious things that they need to worry about and fix. Obviously, I don't think they're going anywhere. It's not like they're going to be selling the company and shutting down anytime soon. But I do think AEW is good. They have talent, but they just, Tony Khan, man, he needs someone. He needs a crew to help him out.
He don't want it
to
though.
produce these matches and stuff. He don't.
Maybe that's why Shane McMahon is over there.
Yeah, Shane. Yeah. SmackDown was at its worst when Shane was running SmackDown.
Oh yeah, no, it was terrible.
Yeah,
best in the world, Shane.
And I love Shane, but just but yeah. Tony don't want nobody else. Like, he wants the final say and everything. He wants to do everything. He has a whole book of stuff that he just flips through all the time. And when people tell him stuff, from what I saw on the what's the show, All Elite, whatever, All Access, yeah. He wasn't really trying to. He was like, no, I got this. Yeah, I like that, but I got this. So what I do like is the TBS title means something now. Shout out to Mercedes, right? You finally got people like Britt Baker and all them going after that title now versus.
She's getting suspended out here though. Jesus.
She did.
Yep.
But thanks MJF for that. But I thought CM Punk was the only problem backstage. But we not gonna go there today. We ain't got time for that. But the TBS title means something now. At least we're seeing that consistently, and it's not just a Rampage title and a Collision title like it was with Jade. Because I was like, bro, why are you not mixing Jade in with these women? Why are you not mixing these other women with this title? So you start to get that now because of Mercedes. And, you know, Mercedes, that's part of the reason why she went there, because she can do whatever she wants pretty much. And she's getting paid more than anybody. So people like, oh, why? I'm trying not to go on a rant because this.
Are you sure you want to do that?
I just thought of something about Mercedes and the hate that she gets online. And then people all in her business talking about her divorce and making these comments. Y'all, I'm on TikTok. I can't get banned. Y'all are too invested into these people's lives who don't even know you exist. All these personal comments that you making about this woman and her ex-husband now, and calling her all these names and saying she did this to him. How the hell you know what she did to him? You wasn't there. How you know? You don't know. And the fact that she felt that she had to get on her podcast and her platform to even announce it because she already knew that it was going to come out, that's stupid to me. I understand she's a celebrity and yada yada. That's just dumb. The fact that you have to announce your personal stuff because you already know if you don't announce it, somebody else is going to leak it anyway. That's just stupid. Oh, she signed her divorce papers today. Who cares? Why should that matter to you? She's a wrestler. She's a movie star. What matters is what she does in the ring, on TV, and on the movie screen. Anything else, unless she's just out here saying some stupid crap or she's, just doing something wild, it shouldn't matter. Y'all are too invested into this woman's business, and you making these type of comments and trying to tag her, and you're a loser. I'm sorry. TikTok, if you ban me, oh well. I don't care. Ain't nobody on TikTok anyway. Most people on YouTube and Twitch. So you're a loser. I'm sorry. Just point. I'm trying not to cuss. But anyway,
you're doing great.
I'm doing good, man. This is a good time. I'm doing good. But Mr. Boss talking about wild out. I'm not gonna wild out. I'm doing good, bro. This is our first show back. You're a loser. Get a life. Eat a D. Because that's what y'all do anyway in the basements. I'll leave it at that. Because I was about to say something else. Anything else on AEW? Oh, as far as AEW, I don't know what they need to do, man. They putting on hella matches. I don't watch Collision no more. And I haven't seen Collision in a while. It's been almost a year. No, it's been about 7 months since I actually sat down and watched Collision. But speaking of Collision, shout out to Maya World out there killing it on Collision and Ring of Honor. Maya World's from Dallas. Interviewed her, and she's been killing it. She's getting her chance. Everything that she said she was going to do on a show in December, she's doing it. She's traveling overseas now. She said she was going to have a match with Athena. That was her goal. She had a match with Athena like 3 weeks later. And that was a goal for this year. It was still December when she had her match with Athena. She said she wanted to be in Ring of Honor. She's been in Ring of Honor, AEW. She's been on Collision. Like I said, she did her first Japan match. So I do appreciate AEW for stuff like that. They give people opportunities left and right. Like Brian Keith. Brian Keith is on TV now, bro. Like, that's dope. You know how dope that is? Chris Jericho. What you think about the Chris Jericho character? It's kind of funny to me. I hated it at first, but now I laugh every time I see it. Tony got that look on his face. Uh-oh. Look at that look on his face.
Real quick, I gotta head out.
Yeah, we about to go.
I gotta head out. I'm so sorry. But yeah, Chris Jericho did it again. He won y'all over. he won y'all over again.
Hell no.
Not Tony.
That character's awful.
Showtime, shout out your socials real quick.
Oh yeah, man. Like I was saying earlier, Showtime 2 Wavy. And mostly Twitch. Making a debut on YouTube very soon. But yeah, shout out to Dope. Appreciate y'all for having me. Dark Tables. Thank y'all, bro. I'm sorry I got it cut out. But
nah, you good. We went over time, so you good. That's why I was trying to hurry up and get up out of here. Tony, shout out your stream.
Get Tables on Twitch. Live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Come hang out. Appreciate you having me on here. It's fun.
Yes, sir.
Chat with all of y'all.
Empty Darkness on here. M Darkness. The S's are replaced with 5s on Twitter.
There you go. Let's get up out of here. Dope content, dopecontent.com, everything dope content. YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, all that, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for coming back, man. It's been a while, man. Appreciate your support. And until next time, next Sunday, we're back and we're out. Y'all be safe.
Peace.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. I'll check in with y'all. Have a good night, guys.
Good show.
Yeah.